Patrice.
Good morning.
Are you playing Catch a Rising Star in Providence, Rhode Island, my friend?
This week, yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
CatchARisingStar.com. But
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Providence, you got a chance to see Patrice O'Neal. Very, very cool.
Is that a new club?
No.
Now, Patrice was talking about the, we like to call them the Devil Rays still.
The Devil Rays.
Tampa Bay Rays.
They just call them the Rays.
Did they change the name for religious reasons?
I'm sure somebody complained or something, and someone buckled. And
Just like the Washington Bullets?
Yeah.
They are the Washington Wizards because the bullet
is very
makes people
deadly,
nervous.
Yeah.
You got to love that a team called themselves the Bullets.
It probably had nothing to do with crime.
Probably speed or something like that. Or accuracy.
Right. But it is a pretty accurate
Yeah.
The Washington
team name.
For sure.
And they had to change it just to change the feel.
Yeah.
The DC drive-bys are playing the Phillies.
The Washington Bullets, and they had the cool bullet logo. They were.
I love that. The little now it's the Wizards.
Well, now we got the Rays. The Rays are
no devil.
No devil.
No devil.
You can't put any Indian things in there.
No woo-woo.
No, yeah.
No woo-woos
like
anymore.
No warlike things.
No.
I didn't know woo-woo was a bad thing.
It is.
I didn't know this was a bad thing.
Well, pulling your corner of your eyes apart to imitate Asians is not really a bad thing, but it is a bad thing.
Then they get mad, yeah.
They get angry.
Yeah. But, a lot of sports teams have been named after Indians. Kind of,
which is
tribes
actually
of
a
Indians.
compliment.
Yeah.
Because they're warlike.
Right.
Warlike fighters.
You're a warrior. You're out there battling. And you want to emerge victorious.
Sitting Bull.
Yeah.
And whatever the rest of them
Pocahontas.
Well, that might
Geronimo.
Geronimo. The Redskins.
Larry the Indian, who no one talks about anymore.
What about Ted the Indian?
The dude that cries over garbage.
Yeah. He was the manic depressive Indian. Had nothing to do with the garbage.
The really upset garbage Indian.
He was
Chief J. Strongbow. And his unknown cousin, Jules Strongbow, who was around for a couple of years.
Oh, my God. Wow, you're going way back.
The girl on the Mazzola butter thing.
Yeah. The Land O'Lakes butter.
Oh, Land O'Lakes.
The Land O'Lakes butter girl.
Yeah.
And if you cut that right and folded it, you can make it look like her kneecaps were her boobs.
Which was a lot of fun when you were a little kid.
Yeah.
But if you're naming your team after some kind of Indian thing, you're basically saying we're strong, we're fighters,
What else do they have? They try to erase everything.
So dumb.
Yeah.
But
I'd like to name a team the Kentucky Escaped Slaves, the Nat Turners.
That could be a problem.
the
Frederick
Nat
Douglasses.
I wouldn't get offended by it.
Could you imagine that? And the Harriet Tubmans are taking the field. The Harriet Tubmans.
The Anne Franks are 0-7 so far.
Anthony, the new thing is just to cut out the knees and just put them up there as boobs.
Oh, was that it? No,
I know you used to fold it, but now they're lazy, so they just cut out
the knees and pop them in
pop
there.
them up there as boobies for the Land O'Lakes girl. We'll put that up on ONARadio.com. Now the Devil Ray, the Rays. You were saying, wow, how exciting.
I can't wait.
It's going to be the Rays and the Phillies.
How can you wait?
Oh,
Tampa Bay versus Philly in the
edge of my seat.
Whew. They'll make more money. I'm helping baseball right now. They'll make more money if they put it in pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Other than, like you said, if they sell advertisement for the free game, they'll make less money than if they sell it pay-per-view and only people in Philly and Tampa buy it.
Those are the only people, only baseball fans in Philly and Tampa are going to watch this.
No one cares.
It's not like, when you get the Yankees Red Sox thing going, that's a lot of
Red
people
Sox,
watching.
Anyone going is much better than the Rays.
And Yankees, anyone going.
Sure. And we're going to lose the Dodgers, too, which is a big market.
That probably would have gotten some Yankee fans just to see how Torrey runs.
Of course.
But the Manny Boston thing, if the Manny Boston thing would have been tremendous, but no one told the Devil Rays, and no one told. Did you see the thing though? The Red Sox, and I love anything racial,
of course,
that makes white people look bad. But I was reading it, and I couldn't even understand. They were I didn't understand what they were trying to make me be, angry or informed. MSN has a thing about how the Red Sox have no black people. Like is they racist or something? I don't.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You're lost. What happened?
Wasn't that about the lack of Latin players or something?
No,
like
the
that?
lack of black players or something. The lack of
on the Sox?
Latin, they did at one point too.
They did a story on Latin.
Nah, it wasn't Latin because everybody on the Red Sox is Latin.
They
almost.
did it after
There's
Manny
white people
left.
in Latin.
Yeah, after Manny left.
There's no
After-
black people.
Well, I don't think the black athlete wants to play in Boston for the most part.
Oh.
But they said
Jimmy the
black
Greek.
people-
All right.
Is this Jimmy the Greek
I was
stuff?
just going to say, okay, Jimmy the Greek, why don't you enlighten us?
You see,
You see what they did back in the old days. All right, Jimmy.
that was such a Jimmy the Greek
Take a
statement.
bath.
We don't play baseball anymore anyway for some reason.
Look,
I don't know what's going on.
what do you mean?
Black people don't play baseball that much.
No.
Nah, the numbers are dwindling.
They kind of went down and, Dominicans and
That's a smart. If I had a
Latin
son,
country,
I'd make him
Cubans.
play golf or baseball. You can play baseball till you're 49.
Yeah.
No injuries. If you get a baseball injury, you're a sissy.
What'd you do? You twist an ankle?
Really? What happened? You ran against the wall going for a fly ball, stupid? The bridge of your nose hurts now?
Yeah, look at these football players that are rolling around in wheelchairs.
They call football players old at 32, like, what's the boy name? Tony Gonzalez from Kansas City wants to get traded. And they go, well, we don't know if we can get full value for him. He's 32 now. It's like, 32? Do you know that's a young man? So if he retires at 35, what is he?
Yeah.
He's a young, he's just a big, young, old man.
What are you
That's
doing
why
in your life at that point?
all those guys just open up car dealerships in some crappy little town somewhere and hope that pans out. Shakes hands with people. Hey, I'm the guy. Remember, there's pictures of him like on the walls of his office in the car dealership playing football.
And if you weren't training yourself to be a dude who knows how to talk at the end of your career,
Yeah.
you can't even get a job.
No, because that's why, again, I'll go with the car dealership thing. You go to, we've traveled around a lot, and you go to some of these markets and you watch TV, and you see these guys that used to be sports figures, and they're selling cars because they own the dealership now. It's like, you'll definitely score when you come down to my car dealership. We have touchdowns and savings.
Lynn Swan Ford.
They're just Swan Ford. They're just trying their best to blurt something intelligible out. Like, come down. You'll be driving like I used to drive over the goal line. It's like, all right, we need another analogy.
This is Jack Tatum's Chevy. We break high prices back.
Oh, God.
You won't be able to move if you come. If you come on down to Jack Tatum. Oh, that's awful. Oh, that's awful. But some people aren't prepared for the end of their career.
Lawrence Taylor Chrysler. Come take a crack at our prices. We're breaking the legs of high prices.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God, I'm so happy I don't know his name so I don't get in trouble.
Listen, O.J. Simpson slashing the prices.
And Pac-Man, like he's...
Pac-Man.
Oh, God, what a...
You know, Pac-Man would be like in deep, real trouble if he wasn't playing football. He would be.
He got suspended.
He got
His career
suspended.
Might be
no,
over.
I know. He got suspended for beating up his bodyguard.
It isn't even his bodyguard. Yeah, the Cowboys gave him a bodyguard to keep him out of trouble.
Right.
And he got in a fight with the bodyguard that's keeping him out of trouble.
But the point I'm making is
this guy is just trouble.
But this is him behaving because he's in the NFL. If he was out on the streets, forget it. He'd be away for life by now. This is him behaving. He's insane.
But come on, do you dismiss it as insanity when you got $1 million and you can't stop? Like if somebody, like they're telling him don't do. Like if somebody said, Patrice, you're gonna lose everything if you eat another banana nut, chocolate chip muffin.
Ooh.
And to almost
like
everybody else, you go,
all right, I'm not going to eat that.
what? But if you said, Patrice, you risk everything for a nice, Dunkin' Donuts flatbread turkey. If you eat another one, it's over.
Yeah.
And you're just like, everybody else is like, okay, so it's like Pac-Man. Hey, look, man, don't stab nobody else.
Yeah.
Or you're going to lose $10 million.
Hey, someone wants to defend my Jimmy the Greek statement. Good. James in New Hampshire, help me out here.
Hey, Opie the Greek. I just want to give you some little support. I know Tim Duncan of the Spurs actually has a clause in his contract that says he cannot be traded to Boston.
There you go. Proving my point.
Why would he have that?
Because he doesn't want to play in Boston.
That's the old school Boston. This is not the Bill Russell Boston.
Maybe it's a Celtics thing, though. He may be held to hate the Celtics.
Which Celtic did they pull over because he was driving a really nice car?
D. Brown.
Was it D. Brown?
I know all the race. I know I know the racist timeline in Boston, starting with my earliest memory was me, and then and then the next one was Charles Smith.
What was D. Brown? He was on Route 9.
He was on Route 9 in Wellesley.
In Wellesley, I was going to say, like,
what was he doing in Wellesley?
Exactly.
He was
just driving through.
Did he have like a nice Mercedes or Jag or something? He had a really nice car, and the police pulled him over, going, "There's no way a black guy can have a nice car."
And Bill
like
Russell called him he said, "Stop crying." They used to egg Bill Russell's house on a regular basis as he's winning championships.
He won him what, like 15 championships?
12 million championships. Right. And they egg his house and break his windows and stole his rings.
Did they steal his rings?
They stole his goddamn rings. They stole his rings.
Is that true?
Yes. Stole his championship rings out of Boston.
Oh, that's great.
My God, am I going to scream about that November 15th when I'm up there doing that show at the Wilbur?
Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy.
Love Boston.
So wait a minute. Are you doing... Wait, that's Comets Come Home that time. I'll be up there.
Uh-oh.
Comets Come Home is the same day. I believe so.
Oh, good job, agents of mine.
Wonderful.
I wonder I'm not sold out.
We get back to the Bill Russell thing. So he's winning championships. They're egging his house.
He hates Boston.
And how do they steal his rings?
They went in his house.
Because
he lived in Wellesley. The doors are open. It's against the law to have locks in Wellesley, so they just walked up in his house.
How great is it that he's on that court with his blood and the sweat?
Yep.
And the robber's like, well, we know he's not coming home because he's winning another championship.
Went in there and took his damn rings.
Oh, my God.
He took one of his 11 rings.
Damn.
His thumb ring they stole. Those dirty, rotten Suns guns out there.
We got more on the Duncan thing. Dennis. Helping out my Jimmy the Greek thing. Go ahead, Dennis.
The reason Duncan doesn't want to play there is because Bill Russell wasn't allowed to live in certain areas in white Boston.
Yeah.
When he was winning 11 championships for the city. And the Red Sox were the last team to have a black player like 15 years after Jackie Robinson integrated the game.
Yeah. This is where I grew up. Do you understand why I'm angry? Does it make sense?
That's what's great about the Jackie Robinson thing. Like, all right, Jackie Robinson comes around, and then... then there's a bunch of teams like, we'll give it a year or two, but giving it 15 years.
15 years Boston waited. It's amazing.
You want to be a little careful, like, I don't know, but 15 years. That's like,
first black player was Jim Rice.
I don't get it, man.
Is that, 15 years after Jackie Robinson?
Yeah.
Okay.
After they broke the color barrier.
That's a whole career for somebody.
Another black dude started his career and retired before Boston.
And Boston's like, all right, I guess it's going to be okay.
And y'all call it the Babe Ruth curse. It really is we're a racist town curse. So some black person put a curse on the thing until, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Write it off. I guess because Manny and Ortiz finally kind of made it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's say hi to...
I had a good joke, but it's...
No?
I filtered it.
Yeah.
Instead of Curse of the Bambino. Curse of this...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you loud and clear? Very good.
Let's go to D.C., home of the Baltimore Bullets.
Baltimore Bullets.
Washington neighborhood. Yeah, but it used to be the Baltimore Bulls back in the day.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Was it?
Steamer, what's up?
Hey, guys, good morning.
Good morning.
And, Patrice, this one's for you since we're doing the racial card thing. The
racial card? I'm sorry. Could you not dismiss this as a card when we just was stating facts? Do you accept
You're
those
just
facts?
playing the race card.
Do you accept those facts that Bill Russell had his ring stolen in Boston, D. Brown got pulled over in Wellesley for no reason, that the Red Sox didn't put a black player on the thing till 15 years after the color line?
Well, look that up.
Is that a race card? Did somebody get out of jail? What are you talking about? The race card.
Bill's rings, though.
What are you talking about?
No, hey, Patrice, I'm on your side, man.
I'm sure you are. Go ahead.
I just wanted to share with you that when the Boston Braves moved to Atlanta, they were considering naming the team after the original baseball team in Atlanta, which would have been the Atlanta Crackers.
Really?
Yeah, but
well, all right.
Well, you know what cracker is, right? You know
I've heard things. The whip cracking.
Yeah, the crack of the whip.
Is it really though?
It's absolutely. It's not saltines. Like people think you're named after the white crack. No, it's the crack of the whip.
Yeah.
That was the guy.
We call a whipper.
We got the story on the black player for the Red Sox. The Boston Red Sox, this is hilarious, I'm sorry, were the last Major League Baseball team to integrate their roster. In 1959, 12 years after Jackie Robinson broke the league's color barrier by joining the Brooklyn Dodgers, the Red Sox brought infielder Pumpsy Green up from the minors.
Pumpsy Green?
Pumpsy Green.
Come to Pumpsy Green Chrysler.
That's what was in his back. All kind of pump shotguns.
Pumpsy.
Big Pumpsy. He survived all
Pumpsy
the
Green.
oh, my God.
12 years.
That's where I grew up.
12 years after Jackie Robinson.
That's where I grew up, man.
I understand a year or two you're not so sure
Pumpsy
how it's going to play in your city, but 12 years later?
And the new Celtics, all black. And I like to sit down with a nice card-carrying white person from Boston, one that'll have a real conversation, ask him how he really feels about that. It was a big parade and everything when they won, but I'd like to just sit down with a nice dude from Sully.
From Saudi or something,
Savin Hill, and go, what did you really feel, dude? Not one white dude was significant, on the team. Like, if it really done that way. Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know, because I can't really get a nice. Only honest racial thing I can get is coming in here, get a good honest.
I bet for a white Celtics fan like that, it's tough. It's the Celtics, yeah, the Celtics.
Yeah,
they're it's like an Irish thing, and there's just a bunch of black guys on the team.
They probably should change the name of the team.
It's like
they really should.
That is. It's like glory be. I'm part of the Boston. It's like that doesn't make sense. A bunch of Irish guys running around.
See, they're keeping their racism alive up there because they really should change that name.
Black coach, all black. I don't know if it was a white. I think the one white guy on the team, I think is he was a center. I forgot his name. But he wasn't even on the playoff roster. They had, I think Scalabrini was on there. And another dude, and they weren't even on a playoff roster, so it was all black.
What about Pumpsy?
Pumpsy Green.
Pumpsy.
Good old Pumpsy Green.
I love the fact that the first guy they get is named Pumpsy Green. Yeah. Like, they wouldn't have just held out for some guy with just, I don't know, Bob Smith. Yo, Pumpsy Green?
He only played 5 seasons in the majors.
Yeah.
All for Boston.
How did Pumpsy do?
Wait,
what was this?
Wait, the New York Mets picked him up in '63?
The Mets picked up Pumpsy Green?
For 17 games.
He only got 8 at-bats his whole time in Boston.
His hands was full of cotton.
What's up, Danny?
Yeah.
You got some Pumpsy Green info, Danny?
Yeah, I was just reading up a little bit. Jimmy's not too far off. They pretty much used him as like a pinch runner and like used him as like a day off guy. So when one of the other guys wanted a day, they would
put in Pumpsy.
And they really pinched him. That's what they would do.
They would sit there and pinch him as he's trying to hit. It's a pinch hitter.
They would hit him and pinch him.
They would talk about him right in front of them. Oh, you ought to see him run. We throw him on the base. He runs right around. You got to put your hand up for him to stop.
Old
Pumpsy's sitting there.
Poor Pumpsy.
Can you imagine being so insignificant that no one knows who the first black player for the South?
He only had 196 hits in his career.
And they picked up a sucky black guy?
Yeah. Pumpsy. They just did it because they were probably starting to get some civil rights pressure.
From who?
Back in 50, what was it? 59? I bet
that's late.
There was no civil rights pressure.
Cranking. Started cranking.
It was no like. There was no like political correct pressure from back then. It was money pressure back then. No one like goes.
Then why'd they pick up
black people into the?
I have no
Why would they get Pumpsy? Pumpsy sucked.
Sucky ass Pumpsy.
Pumpsy stunk.
Sucky ass.
Good old Pumpsy Green.
Oh, whack ass
Pumpsy could run.
Let's say hi to Scott in Boston. Scott, what's going on?
How you doing? Hey, I had a friend of mine. His dad worked in the clubhouse back in the late '70s, and they
segregated back then. They had George Scott, Jim Rice, Louis Tiant, and I'm not sure who else, but like in separate area of the clubhouse. Segregated them, put like 4 lockers together.
Come on.
And had those guys, I swear to God.
When Jim Rice was playing? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they just chose to, like,
I'm
hang out
telling you.
together.
I'm telling you. That's no lie.
All right, I don't know if that's true. Mikey, what's going on?
I'm fascinated with Pumpsy Green.
Oh, it's all about Pumpsy now.
I am fascinated with Pumpsy Green.
I want to know everything about Pumpsy Green.
Where he came from, where was he born, what did he do?
Yeah.
You know he was born down south.
Oh, yeah.
No way he wasn't born down south.
Oakland,
California, Pumpsy?
Oh no, man. That's a southern name.
Oakland.
There's no way he was born in Oakland.
Pumpsy.
What do you mean, Oakland, Missouri?
Yeah, Oakland.
His name is Elijah.
Elijah
Yeah, but
Pumpsy.
How did he get Pumpsy?
Yeah, we need to know everything about him. Why Pumpsy?
Why
He meant
Pumpsy?
something awful in Boston, and they called
I'm
him that when he
sure.
landed, and they
It's a nickname his mother gave him when he was a little kid.
Yeah,
What
but
are you writing his
why?
biography? How do you know this?
He's stunt brain.
That's Wikipedia. You can get anything. Mikey.
Pumpsy brain over there.
What do you got, Mike? Mike.
Mike?
What do you got, Mike?
Hey, what's up? I'm Mike Gavin from Boston. I'm a diehard Celtics fan,
Yeah.
a white Irish kid, and I could not be happier that they got Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen and Paul Pierce. The last jersey I bought was Larry Bird.
How old are you, though?
Last jersey was
when I was
Larry
in
Bird.
college until Kevin Garnett came to the team, and I could not be happier.
How old are you?
Celtics were all black dudes. I'm 30.
And where you from?
From Boston,
No. What part of Boston?
Somerville.
Oh, yeah, he could be a car carrier. It's a decent story.
Car carrier.
Because Somerville is near Cambridge. A lot of salad eaters in Cambridge. You know, like
Yeah.
that's the intellectual
the more
part of town.
open-minded.
Somerville is the poor part of Cambridge sort of
Yeah.
thing. I'm not sure I'm accepting him as like. Because he's a 30-year-old guy from Somerville. He's not really a car carrier. I need a 40-year-old white guy from Savin Hill, Dorchester, or not even Wellesley. I need a hardcore white boy from South Boston.
Is Dorchester a
Southie?
hardcore Southie
Yeah,
area?
Savin Hill, Quincy. I want a Quincy guy.
Sure.
A Quincy guy, a Savin Hill guy, white part of Dorchester guy.
Would you be a welcomed neighbor in Savin Hill?
This is weird thing. Savin Hill, there's parts of Dorchester. There's
you'd be open arms.
there's Mattapan in Dorchester where the black people are. Then there's the Dorchester by Quincy where the white people are. That's Savin Hill. All that area. So Quincy, maybe a little bit of Peabody, where Nick DiPaolo and them are from. Like all that Route 1, Revere.
Sure.
I want a Revere guy.
To do what?
To say, come on, man, talk to me. Be incognito and just talk. A car carrying 40-year-old white guy who was happy to see all black, or maybe even a 50-year-old white guy who was happy to see the Celtics with all black, and it really didn't matter.
All right, we got something to do today. John in Maryland, what's up?
Hey, yeah, guys. Here in Boston, we've come a long way. We went from Pumpsy Green to Cocoa Crisp.
Cocoa Crisp? Yeah,
good old Cocoa Crisp. Wow,
and you notice how much he looks like Sam?
Nice. Let's go to Casey in Virginia. Casey.
Yes.
Hi.
I just want to tell you guys, I'm from Redneck, Missouri, and I married a guy from Malden, and they're the most racist people I've ever met in my life. You would think the Hicks would be bad, but seriously, I go to Malden, and it's crazy racism there.
That's all Revere over there. Malden.
What we noticed about Boston, man, they just separate everyone very nicely. The blacks are in one area, the Jews are in one area.
Oh, we're surrounded. Blacks are surrounded by Greater Boston.
It's just amazing, though. The Irish are over here.
Amazing. I've never seen such a segregated
We're
city.
in the middle, and it's just really.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's say hi to Marky Mark from Boston. Marky Mark.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Yo, so I just want to take notice to the fact that Patrice is totally right about the Celtics, you know, the whitest team you can get here in Boston with a bunch of black people on the team. I got no problem with black people, but all my friends are all fruits, and they're all like, whenever I bring the fact, I'm like, yo, we're in the Celtics, got a bunch of black guys. We even got a starting roster guy who's white. The fact that I bring that up, I'm called a racist in Boston. What the heck, guys? Is that racist? I ain't a racist guy here. But come on, that's bull. That's bull crap.
Yes, you are.
You sound very open-minded.
Yeah, no kidding.
Am I racist?
Yeah.
I'm not a racist guy over here.
We got Larry in Boston. He's saying he's a card-carrying white guy.
Okay.
Larry, what part of Boston?
I was born and brought up in the North End. Is that good enough?
All right, that's pretty good. An Italian.
Oh, boy.
That's
Larry.
Oh, boy. He
Larry.
sounds like he knows Whitey Bulge in them.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Okay, he's a car carrier. He's
Yep.
in the North End. I have to go around the city because there's a toll that gets you to the airport on time. I got to be very careful and go around, all the way around to the back way to get to Logan. I can't even get a good sausage over there.
Yeah, listen, man. I grew up in the era of John Havlicek, guys like that, Bill Walton, and back then, really the only on the Celtics. Back then, the only decent black player was JoJo White.
Well,
if you want to go that far back, I'm 47 years old. I'm going pretty far back.
All right.
JoJo,
So are you happy that the Celtics have a black team?
I'm not unhappy or happy. I'm happy that the Celtics have a good team of players. Color don't make no difference. Color doesn't make any difference.
Unless, it's the house next door.
I went to Boston Latin School, all right? I grew up, I had a lot of black friends, and I know saying that now makes me a racist.
Right.
But
no, not necessarily, but I get you.
But you know what? I was brought up in a different era. You know, back then there was a lot less tolerance than there is now between the races. Maybe
Tolerance.
there's a lot of.
Let me ask you a quick question. When did your day of tolerance happen? Like not the fact that the law made you tolerant, but the fact that you said, "Man, I'm tolerant now." When did that happen?
I was never in that situation because I'm colorblind. I was never in that situation. That didn't affect me.
This is amazing that everyone from Boston that's calling is just so progressive and open-minded. And there's not one guy that's just like, hey.
I'm not saying that. Hey, listen, I'm not saying that. I hung around with guys from Southie, man, where nobody of any race other than white could walk through. Never mind, not just black. Nobody of any race. I hung around with guys like that, but that just wasn't me personally.
Right. All right, Larry.
I mean, my neighborhood was like that, but that wasn't me.
All right, Larry, we got to get to a couple others. The phones, everybody wants to talk about this. We got, I'm white, I will talk to Patrice. I'm from South Boston. We got Nikki. Nikki!
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I grew up in South Boston, actually in Old Colony, and that last guy was a real sweetheart compared to...
Wait a minute. How old are you, and did you live anywhere near D Street Projects?
D.C. Projects?
D Street.
D Street? Well, yeah, I mean, it's close. It's a couple blocks away, but I grew up there in the 80s, so it was really bad when I was around.
He's a car carrier.
Yeah, my father grew up there during the whole busing issues and everything.
Ah, boy. So you Ray Flynn. My father knew Ray Flynn. Kevin White. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's hear what he got to say here.
Go ahead, Nikki.
Yeah,
I'm sure his heart changed, too.
See, the whole Celtics thing, I mean, people don't even pay attention to it anymore because it's sort of a black sport, so we don't even really pay attention to it.
That's that's a real card-carrying rationalization.
Yeah.
This guy's a real white guy.
It's like,
that makes sense.
It's Bruins and Red Sox where I'm around, so that's it, man.
So he's basically what he said is anywhere where white people still have hope.
Yeah.
is the sports where white people still dominate. That's the ones they pay attention to the white guys.
We root for the astronauts.
He just wrote off basketball on the whole, just the whole.
It's theirs now.
Sport.
You can't acknowledge
Whatever. You gotta pick your battles.
It ain't like when Larry Bird played, and boy, he was smart. He was much smarter then. Now it's a bunch of running and jumping. All right.
Let's do one more. Steve in Boston, how are you? He's very happy. What are you happy about, Steve? Now I'm a little confused here.
Well, I'm just very happy that Larry Bird is one of the greatest Celtics, and he's white, and Kevin McHale.
Larry Bird's my favorite basketball player of all time, but it still has nothing to do with it.
Threes all day.
I love Larry Bird.
Are you were happy when the Celtics were white?
I mean, yeah, they had a time, but it's a different age now. I mean, you got
it's ours. It belongs to us. It's ours.
Patrice hit on something
it's
today.
Ours. I'm trying.
Oh, that's
Look,
funny.
What is Boston doing? They got to get some white players on the team, even if they sit on the bench. To get people in the stands.
They need a white guy hero in Boston. They're not acceptable. You can't have just all black. If there was a white guy that came off the bench, they would have made him spectacular. They need a white guy hero. Hasn't been one since.
Oh, that's really, really
The only black guy hero they was looking for was Len Bias. Boston was ready for Len Bias if he didn't die.
Look what happened there.
Yeah, if he didn't die.
Yeah, let's
go. He played for what, Boston University?
Nah, he played for Maryland. He would have been the Jordan. He was better than Jordan in college, dude.
Oh, really?
Len Bias was a beast.
Some people say.
A beast.
Yep. Bill in Boston, what do you got?
Hey, yeah, I just wanted to grew up in East Boston. Now I live in Memphis.
Uh-oh.
And I got buddies. I'm not a big basketball fan, but I got friends of mine who are fanatical about it. They won't watch the Celtics on TV. They'll listen to them on the radio and just believe that
and change Garnett's name to Bird in their own mind. Kevin Bird.
On radio,
you sounded a lot taller on the radio. Where's Sheriff Branford?
On radio, they can make believe they're a white team.
They'll watch the score scroll on the bottom of another channel.
There's my white Celtics. But they're black. I don't know they're black. I only listen to them on the radio.
Coach Doc Holliday. What? Doc Rivers.
Some white sports center where they just change all the names to make them nice and white.
Oh, God damn.
Never have to hear
We're not all
names.
retarded up there.
Well, Kevin Garnett sounds
funny,
Irish.
man.
That sounds like an Irish name.
Oh, gosh.
Well, the slave owner gave him that name. So.
Jeez.
And know what's funny about Pumpsy Green, by the way, Ant?
What? The name?
This is how far behind the Red Sox were.
Uh-huh.
They went with the first black hockey player in Boston before they went with the first black baseball
Did they?
player. Yeah, what was his name?
Wow.
Willie
Zamboni driver.
Cleophas Zamboni.
He was walking across the ice. They're like, look, we got one.
The Willie O'Ree story.
Willie O'Ree.
I believe, what was it?
They used to make him go lick the ice before the game.
They put a different letter on the front of his uniform.
1958, he was the first black hockey player.
In Boston had the first black hockey player.
Wow.
They decided to get the first black hockey player before they went with the first black Red Sox.
Oh, that poor guy.
Oh, man. That must have been something.
Poor guy.
The crap that must have been yelled out from those
He must have had
stands.
hockey blade cuts
Oh.
all over his nose and eyes. They probably beat him.
Oh.
No teeth.
Because that's the only sport you can get away with really, having a fight.
Oh, my God.
It's part of the
He
sport.
must have been the toughest man
Oh, yeah.
on planet Earth. Tougher than 10 Kimbo slices. Because he played in a sport where you could fight.
This position was puck.
We're only 5 minutes into the first period, and this is Willie O'Ree's fifth fight.
And he hasn't even gotten off his own bench yet.
Right.
Oh, my
this
God.
poor guy.
That poor swollen man.
He spends more time in the penalty box than any other player. Like, what happened? It's the same penalty as the white guy got. Why do I...
Oh, Boston.
Let's see.
This got to be a lie. There's no way Where's a picture of him, Danny?
It's true. The
look at him go.
The Willie O'Ree story. Yes.
Oh, you can't be.
Yes.
You can't be. Oh my God.
Willie O'Ree.
All right, we got to take a break.
Oh.
Yeah, take a little breaky.
Little break. We got Ludacris coming in. You gonna help us out with Ludacris?
What do you need?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I know he's in Max Payne.
Oh, he's in the new Max Payne.
Yeah, we like the Max Payne, but you know
that Pac-Man Jones fight happened. It was either at it, right after one of his parties or at it.
Oh, really?
Ludacris?
Yeah, I think so.
Ludacris is what they call a Renaissance man in hip hop now. He's He's not, I don't know if he's as high as Jay-Z, but he's about there. He's a mogul, and I think he's trying to retire from hip hop. He's getting to that point. I think.
He's a good actor.
All right, we'll continue with Patrice O'Neill. Patrice is going to be at Catch a Rising Star in Providence, Rhode Island. Go to catcharisingstar.com.
Thank you, sir. This week.
All right, stay there. Opie and Anthony. That's what he's promoting today, right?
Yes.
Very cool. Opie and Anthony, Patrice O'Neill in studio already. 877-212-ONA is our phone number. Joe B. from Philly. Here we go. Is it a coincidence that the U.S. is about to have its first black president, and for the first time in our history, the U.S. has bad credit?
Oh, damn.
See?
But he has nothing to shut
See?
up. By the way, I learned a new term.
What?
Called the Bradley effect. Never heard of that before.
Bradley effect.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that.
Never heard of the Bradley effect.
Can I tell you what the Bradley effect is? I
Go
think
kill him, Tiger.
it's the people that will go in the voting booth and do the complete opposite of what they're telling all their friends.
Lying polls.
That's right.
Governor Bradley was running for, I think Tom Bradley was running for governor of California. He was leading in the polls by 4,000.
Yeah.
According to your people.
Yeah.
They were all going to vote for him. Went and closed that curtain, and whoops.
And said, hell
fell
no, I
on the
can't
white
vote
man's
for Bradley.
Exactly.
You know, that would be a great strategy because if their confidence is so boosted by poll numbers, they won't be as aggressive in their campaigning, especially in the last few days of the campaign.
They,
you know what I mean.
those people?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they won't be as aggressive, which will hurt voter turnout and stuff. And then Tricky Whitey, goes into the booth and goes, and pulls the lever for the white guy.
I've always rejected polls, and that's why I just don't. I have no faith that he'll be president. But I enjoy the whole.
What would happen if John McCain wins in a landslide?
A landslide, like
What the hell is this?
You heard of the Bradley effect, right?
a ridiculous,
Just like
Reagan type landslide, or
they had a
God, would that just be like? Well, I'd love to hear the talking heads the next day where they would just be like, what happened? I mean, this is just,
yeah. Hey, before we move on, we got more on Willie O'Ree, the first black hockey player.
Really?
From back in 1958.
How much more could there be?
Well, this is a great fact if it's true, and we need to find out. Fast Freddy writes, Willie O'Ree was the only right winger to ever wear a goalie mask during play.
I believe that. It had to be true.
That was
just taking slap shots for his face.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
That's when hockey was all about not wearing anything. I mean, the goalies were barely wearing masks.
He had to be the toughest person on planet Earth, man. He had to be. There's no way they weren't hitting him.
Find out about the goalie mask at Willie O'Ree.
They weren't chopping at his skin with those hockey sticks.
Yeah. So, getting back to the election. So the debate is tonight? Yep. The last debate?
Yep.
And what do you think?
Hofstra.
Is McCain going to lose his mind and go after him and call him a terrorist and all that?
Well, that's what they're saying. They were saying, is this going to be the one where he, pulls out his relationships he's had with some radicals back in the day, some of those radicals?
Mm-hmm.
But then they're saying if he does that, then Obama can come out and say that he was involved in, that whole
the scandal.
White woman?
Yeah.
Was he
Keating five?
That whole debacle. So they could both trade barbs that way. I don't know. I think people are bored with the economy talk out of these candidates because that's all they've been talking about because they just jump on and blame each other for it. And then you get the market goes up 1,000 points one day and everybody kind of forgets that it's still pretty treacherous.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to have to come out and really kind of state their platform a little better. Because it's all about finance. It's all about what Obama's going to do with the economy and McCain.
What other platforms are there, though?
But forever there's been everything. Yeah, I mean, defending the country.
Immigration.
Yeah, immigration's a biggie.
Their tax plans.
And then the stupid things where you try to get the
healthcare.
I want to hear him talk about...
well, what do you want in terms of...
What do I want from a candidate? I want to be able to obviously exercise my Second Amendment right, which Obama wants to completely...
This is just guns.
Take apart. Yeah.
Okay.
Not guns. It's the right to bear arms.
Actually, go.
So people go, oh, guns. You gun people. No,
I mean, I'm just saying. It's an outdated kind of thing.
It was the number two.
It was made.
Number two.
It was made during, back when this country was actually fighting for freedom, and they just needed guns. But we don't really need... Well, go ahead.
Sure, we need guns.
Guns and slaves. Go, keep going.
Guns and slaves. I didn't know that was part of the Second Amendment.
I mean, that was part of the whole thing. But go ahead.
Taxes. Yeah, taxes are a big thing. I don't like the idea.
But what do you want from the tax thing? What I'm asking you is not like, what is your mental platforms that you want to be addressed by them?
I'd rather have a candidate that wants to cut the ridiculous spending that's going on in the country and not tax the crap out of... companies that employ people, out of people that have made successes of themselves in this country, and then just take that money, turn around, and give it to people who Obama believes needs it. Based on his judgment.
Well, his
upbringing.
I'm looking at this like McCain. Two things that happened. Obama's committing to saying he's going to help out the middle class, which is actually the poor class.
The lower class he's helping out.
Now, McCain is dancing around the fact that he's going to try to help rich people keep their money.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine that if you go with a platform of poor people keeping their money, you can't win. I would stick with poor people keeping their money to go over rich people to keep their money.
You're buying the crap, though. It's not rich people
all
keeping
crap,
their money.
But I'm saying if I'm going to say something, I'm going to say poor people are not going to get more
taxes. You're buying the hype, though. It's not rich people keeping their money. It's employers of the country keeping up more of their money so they don't have to fire
it's not
more people.
It's not the corporations.
Yes, it is.
It's middle class, low business. It's those small businesses that we're not even concerned. You're talking corporations, but when you're talking about businesses, they're middle class too. Some guy that owns a Subway franchise, he's not talking about that.
Yes, he is.
He's not a rich guy. That guy's not a rich guy.
According to Obama, he's making enough money to be considered one of those taxable rich people.
Look, if you're making $1 million and somebody else is making $100,000, the $1 million person needs to come out of their pocket. If everybody got to come out their pocket, somebody $1 million come out your pocket more than a guy with $50,000.
It does.
We already give, man.
Do you know every quarter it's a ridiculous amount of money? It's already there.
Yes,
it's already there.
We give a lot.
The rich and the corporations are paying a lot more taxes than the middle class and the poor.
Let me ask you a question. So, 33% of $10 million and 33% of $60,000. You think that's a fair?
It's not 33% for who? For somebody making $1 million? 33%. 33%.
We'll take that deal tomorrow.
Talking 30%.
We'll take that deal tomorrow.
I will kiss the ass of the politician that lets me pay 33% tax.
Oh my God.
It's at least a 50-50 split with the government I'm doing right now. At least a 50-50 split.
You don't have like a Cumia Incorporated or something?
Of course.
To hide your money?
There's no hiding it. But I'm incorporated. I have a corporation. I have that. Yeah. What about the plumber? Did you see the plumber talking with Obama the other day? Here's a plumber. He probably had his own business because he was in that bracket of making too much money as far as Obama's concerned. And he goes, why should I have to give up my hard-earned money for your programs and what you want to do? He goes, no, we got to spread that wealth around. And here's just some poor-ass plumber who made good. He's making a good living, but he's not rich by any means. He's still going out and humping his ass in someone's attic and basements every day. And Obama says, well, what about the people behind you? We have to build them up. Since when is everyone entitled to be built up on the money of other people that are working their asses off to make their money?
But I'm not far away from what you're saying. My thing is, if we're dealing with like your story, Your story is.
I got a weird story. That's
but I'm
ridiculous.
saying a lot of people have your story though. Bum made good.
Okay.
So
I wouldn't quite word it that way, but all right.
Still bum but rich.
We're all bums made good, in essentially that's the American dream.
I mean, exactly.
But I'm talking about this. I'm talking about Nike or somebody or General Motors or whatever taking their money and going somewhere else outside of the country. To pay less money to foreigners to build stuff and taking American product.
You're right. That
and
sucks.
leaving the country, I think, is what needs to be controlled. I don't think he's trying to control.
So how about take care of that?
Oh, how do you take care of
But
that?
he's
how do you
gonna
stop these maniac things other than having them collapse and then controlling them, which now makes us sound like we're socialists.
That's correct.
The government owns.
Obama's one of the biggest socialists ever to run.
But no,
presidency.
he's socialist in terms of what you're saying is everybody helps. It trickles down, but instead of trickling down, it's actually you're helping down, which is kind of the idea of communism. But the socialism thing is basically what's going on with the government right now, is that they own our property. We have to answer to the government for our personal stuff, which is way worse than Obama trying to get free health care. He's going with the idea of utopia as opposed to that corporate thing, which is, come on, man, it's not as bad as a corporation.
On the backs of who? Who has to now support people that either by their own means or
bums
or
made
other
good.
thing. What?
And not just you. I'm talking about. Look, if I get some money that's significant, I'm a bum made good.
But and
I want to keep my money because I always. But rich people ain't worried about
these sons of bitches think that we tiptoe around zippity-doo-dahing that we don't pay any taxes. Whoopee! Look at all the money I have. I'm going to throw it in the air and bathe in it. The tax is already ridiculous for people that are in the bracket he wants to tax more. It's already ridiculous. Why the hell pay more taxes?
50-50 split?
50-50 partner with the United States government.
That's
and he
pretty
wants
accurate.
more. He wants more. How about cut the goddamn spending? I have no problem with him cutting spending. He wants to cut spending, cut the crap out of it. But you know what? Why? Everyone must be lifted up. Shut up.
But I don't think he's going
not
with that,
entitled.
dude.
Yes, he is. He said it.
I don't think he's going with
said
that.
it.
But how can
Give me the goddamn quote.
How can you do now? Here's what's going to happen now.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the fact is capitalism evidently doesn't work. I don't know if I'm saying that, if I should say that.
No.
Evidently, it didn't work because capitalism says, see, you and everybody in this room is a self-made person. You don't have a bunch of employees and a bunch of this and that. The corporations took the jobs from the country. Mm-hmm. And this is what I think people like me who understand once I turn 45, I get money. But younger poor people have to understand, if you make things in this country, pay a little more, pay the people a little more, the country would be back to where it was when we had things happening and we made it here. But the fact is, if you pay $5 for a T-shirt, but if you try to explain to somebody, listen, if you pay $12 for a T-shirt, ultimately the country will be better.
Yeah.
No one understands that. You don't understand that as a poor person. You want to go buy made in China for $3 and it destroys the economy.
If they would still make in China, they would just make a bigger cut. Instead of making $2 a shirt for $5, they would make $9.
But why not put that in Iowa or wherever you want to make these why not keep building here?
You know why? Because it's a world economy we're in now. It's a world economy.
It wouldn't be if we made stuff here. How is it a world economy if China's making it? It's China's world. If we make it here, then it's our world.
China, it's South America, some South American countries.
Well, just stop being cheap. Pay people the money, right? Look, $50 million is the same as $25 million.
Well,
what do you want?
You know something? Fix that too, because there are reasons that the companies don't go with American employees because They're too goddamn demanding as far as money goes. Some of these unions
they're not too damn
are out of
demanding.
hand.
Maybe they just don't allow American people don't allow you to just come in and beat you in the face with a shoe because you're not sewing the Nike stripe fast enough. It's the fact that they pay these third world people to get treated like garbage for 10 cents, and then they sell you a shoe for $100. Why not sell you a shoe for $150? Pay this dude so he has some health insurance. Keep it. If you notice, once this stuff start outsourcing, the problems start beginning. When we had everything in house, man, this was all right. America was doing all right. When the wars were going on, when everything was being made here, when it was just,
Rosie the Riveter.
Yes, making her bomb. It was people made money because we got no in. We're not selling anything. We're only buying stuff. We suck. Because we got no, because the idea is the corp now, you, regular Joe, rich guy, has to make up for the fact that these corporations took their jobs and left. Now, middle class or low or poor people, they don't care about what's going on because they already lost their job. So they hope you die. They hope every rich guy, misery loves company. So they hope that you're going to have to pay the tax because they already lost their health insurance. They're already suffering. That plumber's already suffering. 10 years ago, his job went to India. He could care less. All of this, when I watch TV and I see rich white people worrying, I know I ain't got nothing to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with it because they're not showing poor people worrying. It's Lehman Brothers is going under. Who gives a damn about Lehman Brothers? I don't know. You do.
Yeah, well, it does trickle down.
Exactly.
As you said, it trickles down.
You're worried about it. I'm not. I'm not rich. This is rich people wearing. Now, see,
you got a nice watch.
Yeah. I mean, according to Obama, you're rich.
That's N-word rich right there.
According to
I'll
Obama,
throw this in the garbage.
According to Obama, you're very
tax
rich.
the crap out of you.
You know what? I'll take it because we need it. We're just bad right now. We're not good now. But now that you let the corporations run ragged. Now the government got us. Now they got us. It's that Big Brother stuff. It's just happening.
They're controlling the banks right now.
That's not scary.
That's a little weird.
That's not scary to you that the government. That's not scary.
That's a bit weird.
Private. There's no China's going to own our homes because we owe China.
Yeah.
China owns my house. If they come and get it, they got to give it to China. We don't own it. The government don't own it. The Arabs own it. We're done.
I'll agree with you there. I've always said
what are you complaining about? Take your money and save us.
As a nation.
Save us.
I'm saving myself.
Save us, man.
I'm saving myself, bro.
Saving yourself means nothing if the country's gone. What are you going to do? Go in your bunker with your gun?
Yes!
Stop it.
Yes!
Stop it.
I'll be the last man on earth.
You're not Texas Chainsaw
I'll be
Massacre.
I am legend. I got the car. I got the gun. All I need is the dog.
Gotta get the dog.
That's it. I am legend.
Some nice Daredevil footage on TV. Well, listen, we got to take a break. The phones, man, just on fire. People agree with Patrice. People agree with Anthony.
Yeah, see,
that's a good point about Obama's looking for a utopian type of thing, and as opposed to a corporate type of a social.
Yeah, his vibe is just like everybody. We blew it. We need to help now, and people with more can help more. I know it's unfortunate, but we should have stopped Exxon from going across the seas. We should have stopped Nike. We should have stopped, Wrangler. Wrangler's gone. Now my jeans, some Chinese girl made them. And I buy them, and they're still $120.
Let's take a break. Is Ludacris here? I think he is. So
not yet. No, I don't think so. He's probably on his way.
All right, we'll continue with Patrice and Jimmy and the rest. Maybe some of your phone calls before Ludacris gets here. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Right into this, it's the Opie and Anthony Show. Patrice O'Neill in studio, and Chris Ludacris Bridges has made his way into the studio.
Yes.
You want people to start calling you Chris, right?
Man, for the movies, of course, Chris Bridges. Ludacris is a character within himself, so, every movie part, I don't want to be like, hey, that's Ludacris.
Yeah.
So, of course, we just making sure we're keeping it all the way professional around here.
That means he's retiring from rap.
No, that's not.
So it's gone. It's done.
He's fading out the Ludacris.
Oh, it's over.
He's fading that out.
I Am Legend 2, Jack. It's coming.
A year from now, it's going to be Chris Bridges.
Out of here, Jack.
Nah, man. I actually have an album coming out November 25th, so album number 6, man. I'm loving it. I'm still loving doing both, so we just balancing the two out.
Start doing any movies where you're in SUVs with a bunch of kids going across the country or something like that.
I mean, you never know. You never know.
Get a little RV action?
Yeah, something like that.
Don't do that, please.
I know. I'm messing with it.
Keep your edge.
Real stops once you make a few mil.
Is that it?
Like, all of that just is. Let me ask you a question, Chris. Am I going to say Chris or Ludacris?
It don't matter.
I know you as Ludacris. I'm just gonna be
It's all good, man. You can call me Luda.
What is the thing, because I'm sure you grew up, hood. What is the thing that, since you've been successful in the world, that you go, man, I would have never thought I'd be deeply into this? Where you go, boy, I would have called me a sellout.
Oh,
do you understand? But listen to me. I eat, coming from where I'm from, eating raw fish, sushi. I try to get my friends to eat sushi, and they just look at me.
I see what you're saying.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, where you go, like you get your toes done, or you do something where you go, oh, man, what am I doing?
I definitely never thought I would be as bougie as, like you're saying, like eating certain foods and stuff like that. Things that I never thought I'd like. Sushi is definitely one of them. Yeah. But, yeah, I feel you on that. But, I mean, one thing that I sit there and say I've always wanted, and I go down my driveway in Atlanta, Georgia every time, it's just like, thank God, it's like 22 acres of land, 15,000 square feet of house. And that just kind of like blows my mind every time. I mean, every time I go down my driveway. So it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. We were talking about the election, and me and Patrice constantly at odds on this whole thing. It seems to be more class against class on this thing. Now you've obviously made a few bucks. We've been blessed to have made a few dollars, and it seems like we're going to be the people that might take the brunt of this tax hit if Obama gets.
What is this? What is this tricky white way into leading him to be us class? Why don't you ask him what he thinks before you say, "Hey,
because I'm not putting color
I'm not going to let you.
Patrice,
I'm not going to let you do this."
He's got an angle. I like that. I like Anthony's angle.
I'll tell you like this, man. But I see where you're going with it, man.
Sure.
My thing is that everybody gets out there and votes and just makes their voice heard for the next 4 years of our lives. That's what's extremely important.
Do you want to pay more taxes?
Do I want to pay more taxes? I don't think anyone
tells me when you're writing that check, you feel a lot like me. That handshakes.
I don't think anyone wants to pay more taxes, man. But of course, we all play a very big part in trying to, change our lives for the better. So, whatever we have to do in order to make that happen, everybody's going to have to make sacrifices, basically, is what I'm saying. It's just about sacrifices.
Which means that says right there, the black president.
Listen to you.
Look, he has a career and things. He has to, I'm telling you, I am going to tell you what a person with a career, black person with a career talk is. We have to make sacrifices. He doesn't want to do it, but we have to make sacrifices.
We all got to do it. We all got to make them.
Which means the black president.
Well, do you want to make some sacrifices, my friend?
There you go.
There we go.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'll be honest with you. I make giant sacrifices.
That's great. Well, then there you have it.
I'm already making sacrifices. I just don't want to make more sacrifices.
By pressing that button that says Negro.
It's not pressing the Negro button.
Boy, is that a sacrifice. I know you got carpal tunnel syndrome in both wrists. When that happened.
You are an ass, Patrice.
Anthony is the guy in Crash that sold the girl the gun.
There you have it.
That's pretty much it, right?
And speaking of movies, man,
Max Payne.
Yes.
There you have it. Max Payne comes out this Friday. You got myself, Mark Wahlberg, Mila Kunis, Bo Bridges. It's loosely based off the video game, for all the gamers out there. But I guarantee you, if you never played a video game or know about it, you're still going to walk away from this experience very satisfied. The movie is ludicrous.
I was psyched when I heard they were even making this. When I first heard that, because I'd played the game.
Right.
Very cool, very creepy, eerie kind of a thing going on, and Yeah. How does the movie compare to the game? Like the character himself?
Man, honestly, it's like the game is one thing, but it's like the movie. It's loosely based off the game, but it takes it to a whole nother level. So you know, the cinematography is stylized. It has that kind of film noir feeling. You know, that dark Matrix type feel. But the storyline, a man that his family's brutally murdered and he's out to seek revenge, and he's definitely destroying anything in his pathway to find out who killed his family. It's a great story, my friend. So I think you'll definitely enjoy it, especially if you play the video game.
And
yes,
you are in the movie.
Jim Bravura. So do you remember Jim Bravura from the video game?
Jim was what was it, his little buddy that would help him out every so often?
Not really.
No idea who Jim Bravura is.
Jim Bravura, internal affairs agent. So it was actually written in for a 60-year-old white man. I went and auditioned for the part, man, and the director called me 2 days later and told me I had it. So I'm in there, man.
They still make you read for parts?
Sometimes, just to make sure that you do a screen test so that you go up against certain people. Make sure everything's right.
Make sure the chemistry's out.
Exactly. And the good thing is, I don't die in the first one as the black man, so it's a very beautiful thing. There's room for me to come back if there's a sequel. It's a beautiful thing.
What do you think it is about hip-hop artists that make it the transition to film so easy? Like, there's a lot of good actors that have come out of rap.
Well, I mean, you got to think that when we write our own music, of course, so, that's kind of like our emotion on paper, and then we do it visually on video. So when we do videos, it's already a form of acting in our own character, and basically the things that we've written down, like I said, as far as music is concerned. So it's a good transition. Half of it is being comfortable in front of the camera, in my opinion. But I think that's why so many artists, they make that transition, because they're already doing a form of it anyway. It's just about taking on different characters.
Now, is the change in the name, or going back to it's like Chris Ludacris Bridges, is that more the studio? Because like 50 Cent's doing the same thing. He's being billed as like, a Curtis 50 Cent Jackson, and it seems like a lot of the rappers, they're trying to get to use. Is that a studio thing?
No, that's something that I'm trying to do personally. It's just because, like I said, Ludacris is a character all within himself. So, that's the music side. And when I'm Chris Bridges, it's me taking on other characters, of course.
Satisfied, Jim Douche Norton?
Why? It's a good question, Anthony Elitas Comia. How much did Bill O'Reilly cost you in 2002?
Oof, he probably made me more money. So thanks to Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, in the end, he made you a lot of money.
Absolutely.
We were just talking about boycotts yesterday on our show because we're threatened with boycotts from time to time, and the special interest groups. What did you think of that whole thing with Pepsi getting rid of you?
Like I said, man, it was a learning experience. It made me want to learn more about how businesses can even do things like that. So I take adversity and I make it a positive. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what life is all about.
But for them to just go and just get rid of you just like that, without even like hanging in there and seeing what develops, it just amazes us that corporations will do that.
Believe me, it amazed me when it happened too. But I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, I got life goes on, and you keep moving and you make sure that you stay successful. So that at the end of the day, it was just like a speed bump in my life. But you need some adversity sometimes in order to become a stronger person.
At the time, though, it's a lot more than just a speed bump when stuff like that happens, because you kind of go, what is this about? Like, this dummy Bill O'Reilly gets on and just starts lambasting you about why is Pepsi hiring him? Here's what he does. But it's like,
it's a lot more when you dwell so much on the past and stop thinking about the future. That's what it is. I'll be honest with you. Let's think about what's to come and forget about what happened.
Unfortunately, that stuff is still happening, though.
Yeah, that's why we bring it up. We're very passionate about it. We're saying,
I don't think boycotts work.
Yeah, like the people are all saying to stop drinking Pepsi.
No,
Pepsi's, Pepsi. Right. All right. What about the Oprah thing, 2006?
That was a very long time ago, but what would you like to know about that? Let's keep the adversity going.
Well,
what about it? That was a general statement.
But you've been involved in some, very controversial things that are worth talking about. We've never talked to you about them.
Absolutely.
Oprah didn't want to empower rappers and doesn't believe in rappers and hip hop. I mean, that's pretty crazy.
I mean, what do you want me to say, my friend?
Well, just your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I guess you could say my thoughts on it is that some people can have a disagreement and you can agree to disagree. So that's basically what it comes down to.
You don't want to piss off Oprah?
Huh?
No one does.
No, all right. She's very powerful. I've
openly voiced my opinion about the whole entire subject, and that's what I'm doing now. So
Yeah.
No, it's not about keeping controversy going. It's like a lot of times that these things happen, and they're frustrating to watch from the outside. It's frustrating to see, especially when I see other artists getting attacked. It's really irritating, and they're getting attacked on content, and when I see the corporations buckle, or I see someone like Oprah, who's an artist who made it, attacking it, it's aggravating to watch. And it's like, we don't get to talk to a lot of the guys until, unfortunately, 2 years later. And it is something that people still associate. Like, this radio show has gotten in trouble, and it's annoying. People still associate it with a lot of the problems it's had.
Man, that's all, y'all got to do your job, man. It's all good. I'm here to answer whatever questions you want me to answer.
We've seen a lot of really good radio shows, go away because of dumb things, and that's all. It's very important to us, And
it's like
for her not to, be into rappers is ridiculous.
But you hit back musically too, like on a Bill O'Reilly, you hit back, which is nice. It's gotta be satisfying artistically to be able to take a swing and do it in the right context, which is through your work.
Yeah, artistically, I voice my opinion through my music sometimes, and that's what we do. And of course, he voices his opinion on his show, so we all have our own formats of doing things.
Right.
Same way this radio show has their own format of doing things. Let's all keep our jobs.
Yeah, that seems to be the goal.
That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, we try.
But of course, a lot of people, a lot of rappers, we don't get open invitations everywhere, so we have to fight for, trying to break that whole stereotype sometimes, and that's what everybody has to do. We all have kind of a stereotype. That's even what Crash was all about, trying to not be so quick to judge certain people. And that's the whole situation, with the Oprah situation. And at the end of the day, like I said, I still have a lot of respect for her and a lot of love for her. If you don't respect Oprah, you have to respect her just because of what she's accomplished in her life. And I just feel like when it came to that crossroad, it was just something that we agreed to disagree on.
But wouldn't you like to be able to make all your money without dealing with white folks? I would. I would like to get rid of my white agents. I wish I could make zillions just with black folks. I really do. So I don't have to look at your stupid faces ever again.
It's interesting that you said that.
I really want to.
Good luck. You end up like...
end up like who?
Like a lot of boxers.
Wait, Don King made a lot of millions.
Yes, he did. Off the backs of the guys that didn't want the white guy helping him out.
So?
Look at the answer is so.
Tyson did give Rooney the boot.
Good. That's what I'm saying, man.
Not a good move.
You can't just say so.
I just want to see.
So your pants.
I don't know.
Exactly.
Can I talk about Crash for a second? Because it was...
It's a long time ago, though.
Yeah.
Crash was a long time ago.
I know. Delving in the past.
We better not.
But that was such a great movie. It was like...
It ain't better than Max Payne, though.
I haven't seen Max Payne yet. And I'll be talking about Max Payne 2 years from now, but I haven't seen it. So I'm not going to lie.
Max Payne is in theaters Friday, though.
So I'll come back Monday and talk about Max Payne.
That's right.
Can't...
Crash. We all loved Crash.
It was about... it was about, like, stereotypes and not judging people, but it seemed like every character in that got redemption somehow, which was great. Like, they show, like, the ugly, stereotypical side of every person, and then they also show, like, every person kind of getting redemption. It was just a great movie, man.
Thank you, man. I greatly appreciate it.
Were you surprised it won the Best Picture?
You know what, man? To be honest with you, it was up against some really good movies that year, and I knew we had a shot. But, I absolutely, like the whole cast, we were kind of wondering whether or not it was going to make it. That's why we were so surprised when it did. But I knew it had a shot, and I knew it was a great movie. And it was kind of one of those word-of-mouth type movies that just built up over a long period of time. So I was real happy about that. But, no, I didn't know right away that it was going to get the Oscar.
Did everybody get that money? That situation worked itself out?
That situation is still going.
People didn't get paid, right, from that movie, right?
Yeah, like back ends.
Man.
Oh, wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the people stole some money from Crash.
Oh, yeah.
They got robbed.
Probably a lot on DVD sales, too, because a lot of the DVD stuff, the actors are still having trouble getting all their money. I'm talking about actors like I can do it. It's amazing how pompous I am, because I'm surprised that you had to read. Well, I've done some acting. I don't like to be called in to read. I'm like, they should just kind of offer me something. And I can't even get into a Dane Cook movie. So it's like the fact that you're still reading kind of makes me feel better. Like, well, if he has to read after, some of the stuff he's done.
Makes you feel better?
Yeah, but he wouldn't.
I have to read. It doesn't make
he wouldn't have to read.
Means you're going to be reading forever.
Yeah, he wouldn't have to read if, like, in terms of rap, hip hop, royalty, if that had to do with any Hollywood, he wouldn't have to read a thing. But he's a rapper. Hollywood's crazy. They're not like, hey, Ludacris, you're wonderful here. You got to read. You got to read up until, I bet you every Negro got to read. It's probably except for Denzel. Except they just fired Terrence Howard from Iron Man 2.
Did they fire him or did he quit?
He fired.
Why would they
I didn't know he was fired.
He was black asking for
too much money.
Whiteness.
Patrice.
They almost got rid of Favreau. And find out what happened. Favreau was getting ready to go, well, I should get double. Really? Because Marvel's like, hey, look, Iron Man sells himself. We can put, somebody in a wheelchair to play Iron Man, Jack. We don't need you. So everybody in Iron Man that started standing up for that money got the boot. Starting with Terrence Howard, which is, that's how it starts. Replace Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle. He's not even the same body type. He's not War Machine.
No, but to answer your question, man, like sometimes I do have to audition, other times I don't. It's kind of like half and half right now. But like he said, I've been blessed to be in some good projects, but I still, I consider myself fairly new, and I'm definitely, continuing to increase the body of work and just to pick diverse roles. And sometimes, like I said, they want to see you up against the person, so to make sure there's chemistry. So that's the reason that you would audition, as opposed to them just giving you something all the time until you get to, say, a Denzel level.
Do you get any people that get annoyed at you, or a little oh man, look at him now, he's doing the acting thing, he's kind of like you lose some credibility with some people?
You know what they call it in the hood?
Some people.
Just haters.
It's
yes.
like when Metallica does a song. When Metallica does a song that's not as thrash as it was on Ride the Lightning, people they're changing, they're not the same band. I mean, do rappers get the same thing from people who I only want to hear you do hip hop, I don't want to see you acting, I don't want to see you...
Yeah, they don't want to see him do anything. They don't want to see him living. Yeah. It's called haters. He can do anything. He's dropping an album, he's acting there, he is haters. Of course.
In this day and age, you have a lot of entrepreneurs, or I call myself an entreprenegro. So, there's a lot of different things we do besides just rap. And I think that people have accepted that at this point because they look at us as businessmen. So it would be good to expand, certain things that you're doing instead of just doing one thing all the time.
I fell in love with Crash when you guys were walking with the pistols, and you're like, we're dressed like UCLA students, or whatever you said.
Right.
And then they pull the guns out and robbed them and took the truck. It was so great because Hollywood has gotten so bent on showing you every stereotype and then completely going the opposite way. Like, you're crazy to ever feel uncomfortable, or you're crazy to ever be afraid of something. And Crash just put it right in your face. It was just, I can't stop talking about that movie.
It was brilliant.
And again,
I know.
Max Payne I know, but it's...
Are you a good guy, bad guy, gangster?
Max Payne?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Internal affairs agent. So, Max Payne is considered the anti-hero, I guess, or the kind of the bad guy.
You're playing an internal affairs agent.
Yeah, man. Just doing something different.
Yeah, we really are acting now, Luke.
Absolutely. I already signed on just to be able to point a gun at Mark Wahlberg and get away with it. So that's really why I did it.
We got to get Chris out of here. So Max Payne in theaters this Friday.
Yeah, and then Rock and Roller, a movie that Guy Ritchie wrote and directed. That's actually in New York right now, limited release. So go check that out. And then the album November 25th, man, Theater of the Mind, album number 6. So
Jesus,
greatly appreciate it.
Got a lot going on.
Hopefully Oprah and Bill O'Reilly will all go purchase the album.
You're right there. They did help. Aerosmith did the same thing. They thanked Tipper Gore when they won because her complaining about labeling and all that stuff helped push them through and somewhere else.
He thanked O'Reilly when he won the Grammys.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah,
and Oprah for that matter. Even though it did happen a long time ago, but it's all good. We're here.
If you want to exchange numbers when this stuff happens, we'll call you the next day.
Don't even worry about it, man.
We can get it right on the radio.
I'm also a good actor too, so if there happens to be,
you're acting right now. I'm peeping you out. It's pretty cool. You're doing
very good. I'm putting my arms open. I'm actually gesticulating. I'm actually very good.
Yeah.
Don't know what to do with your arms.
I stink. Do you know what to do with your hands when you act? I know we're trying to go to break, but my problem when I act is my hands. I never know what to do with my hands.
It depends on your character. Like, are you playing Rain Man or are you playing a basketball player?
I always try to audition like the guy is paralyzed below the neck. I just kind of sit there. My head moves.
Something you got to work on, man. Just work on it. You'll be good.
All right, it's Chris Ludacris Bridges, everyone. Max Payne in theaters Friday. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you very much, man.
All right, quick break. We'll continue. Opie and Anthony. All right. We're back.
The Opie and Anthony Show. Patrice O'Neill in studio. This weekend, Catch a Rising Star in Rhode Island.
A. Zephyr. He writes, well, that was uncomfortable. Patrice checked out.
Checked out.
And it's not a black thing.
Not at all.
Does Patrice kind of try to do a black thing there? Black, white, we get a lot of celebrities that do exactly what Ludacris does. Keep it very safe.
What is it?
You just don't
I don't know.
When you're, and this is... Look, I've been guilty of it on a much lower level because I'm not that far.
Look, let me say this, man. I'm not, all I'm saying is this. Look, I'm going to Rhode Island. There'll be 2 black people there, maybe. I'm saying, look, it's very difficult to entertain and this and that and keep your head when everybody has to be entertained. But I'm saying, in terms of, not every answer needs to be political. All that, like, who is he hurting? Just answering something in a real. Oprah doesn't want to have anything to do with him. It just,
on our level, it's like when certain comedy clubs don't pass you. This is for us. Whether it was Lucian, who ran the comic strip for many years, or whoever it is. And then you finally get passed at the club. And my anger towards Lucian, once he was a guy, he's dead now, but he ran the comic strip for years. I hated him. When I finally got passed at the strip,
right,
I really kind of stopped bad-mouthing him. Like, I was like, and this was not even in a public forum like this. My anger towards Lucian wasn't as bad anymore because
good is good if it's good for me. You were happy because it was you.
It wasn't phony. It was just I wasn't as angry anymore. Even though I would have been like a little more likely to bash him than he was Oprah. But again, it wasn't on that level and it wasn't public.
But let me ask you this. Okay.
I just want to say the whole Oprah thing. You made a great point during the break. You said the reason he doesn't want to even talk about the Oprah thing because there's a possibility Oprah will have him on,
bring him back
to promote Max Payne. Mm-hmm. Like the question I got for Patrice, how would you have liked that interview to go?
Just
what we were doing.
You know what it was? Ready?
Yeah.
It was not going to. Here's what stopped me. Here's what stopped me from being involved. Because look, I'm on you guys' show, and it's just not for me as a black dude to challenge Ludacris, man. I'm just not going to do it on your show. It's up to you guys to challenge him. But when he said he segued into Max Payne, that's when I left in my head. When it went there, because that's what he's here to do, and he has to go do it at this place, and that's the job and everything. But maybe I don't. This is what I was saying off air. Maybe I don't want what I have to do to get at that level. Maybe I can trick this business into giving me a couple of mil, and then take it and hide it under my mattress, and then go back, because I don't know what do I have to do. Do I have to be that way? I don't know, man.
As an artist,
and that way is. It just wasn't, nothing significant was going to happen, you know?
But as a comic, you're always going to talk as a comedian. You're always going to speak through your work. I'm certainly always going to speak through my work. As an artist, he did his attacks through his... And I'm only playing devil's advocate because he did hit O'Reilly, and he did address that stuff through the work. And when you're out promoting a film... You're out promoting a film.
He addressed it though.
We're gonna get the Max Payne plugs in, but the stuff that has happened to Ludacris is it hits close to home with us, and we want to know, hey, what do you think of this, really, and what goes through your mind, and blah blah blah. How could Oprah not want hip hop artists on her show, and she says she doesn't want to empower them? That's crazy. What do you think?
He addressed Bill O'Reilly, and he addressed on the bio. He addressed Barack Obama. He addressed Bill O'Reilly. He addressed Oprah in what? In rap. In his rap songs. That was his what the interview should have been.
Yeah.
He did it in a rap song.
Right.
So here, it was like, there's the rap part, which is the whole Ludacris last name. The thing is, I'm here as the actor Ludacris, and he said that Ludacris is a character.
Yes.
And
I did
he
think
can
odd.
rap as that character. This is how his character felt. So he's now separating what his rap is saying to what he's going to be saying when he's
Chris Bridges, the actor.
Dude, it was.
You were really annoyed because you bailed.
Because I didn't want
Patrice put his head down and just I looked over at one point. And I'm thinking, well, why isn't Patrice asking any questions or talking?
Because I'm the only. It's just
the only honest mother effer in the room.
No, right?
You want to try to keep it real?
No.
Well, what's the deal?
When I talk, it ain't E.F. Hutton, man. I'm just a maniac, a loser, a maniac. Nothing I say means nothing.
Did you not
when I go on Fox and talk about Don Imus, I'm a fool. Like, no one cares. But these guys, man, Chris Rock, Ludacris, 50, these guys are powerful, man, and they can say something. When I say it, I'm an idiot. Nobody cares until somebody who's seen bigger in the business says something,
But
man.
once they reach that point, they stop.
And when they
saying
get to that
stuff.
point, it's like, I'm going to dance. Man, it's just, Man, who gives a damn? Max Payne, who cares? Mark Wahlberg will be talking about that all day. And if you ask Mark Wahlberg, I wanted to bring up the fact, he plays a guy who gets to point a gun at Mark Wahlberg's face. But it was a break. I was going to say, why? To shoot him for good vibrations when he was a rapper? Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying he ain't keeping it real. I'm saying just to do what he can. Man, he can mix something up, man. I mean, is it because I got nothing that maybe I'm talking because I don't know what's out there that's going to make me change. So I'm setting myself up to be a hypocrite right now because somebody go, Patrice, here's $100 million, and I never want you to open your big black mouth again. And I might go,
believe me, we're trying to pull our cash.
Yeah, no kidding. Why did he get annoyed so fast at the Bill O'Reilly?
Talking about like the past.
Talk about Max Payne.
But that's not just the past.
Talked about
that's
that already.
I know. No, I'm saying like you said it was the past, and it was kind of like.
Yeah, but for us, it's not.
We've
never talked to you before, and it's it's good stuff.
Is it annoyed?
And another thing that
we weren't doing it.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan of him.
Is it annoyed? Or is it like when you walk into a radio show, because we do enough press on the road, we know how some of the radio shows are cool, some are dicks. Is it annoyed or is it defensive, like you don't know what the show is trying to do when they go after something or mention something? We know what we're trying to do, which is just basically talk about something, which is what put them in the spotlight in our eyes.
What difference does it make? If you go on a show and they ask you anything, all right, what difference does it really make to you?
No different. But this show gets sick of every time that somebody asks about Sex for Sam, the response is, yeah, all right, we've addressed that. Like, and it does happen sometimes. So that's one of the, like, or if people ask about certain instances of the radio show, like, what about the voyeur bus? Like, they'll ask me that in interviews.
But if they ask you about Sex for Sam, Norton, and you're tired of it, but there's context to everything.
Right.
If they talk about Sex for Sam to make you look like you're an idiot and you were fired, it's a different context than they want to know about it because they don't know about it, and you know the difference.
Most time, I know, but either way, and I'll answer it. But when they ask for the reasons of just wanting to know about it, I don't get angry. I don't get, like, but I'm like, ugh, with this, what are they, because it does happen, or every time it's brought up in the paper, it's just a reference point.
Right.
But even though you know it's just a reference point, again, it's still a little annoying. I'm not saying he shouldn't. I'm a comic. I answer things differently.
Why I checked out of the thing, I'm going to just tell you why I checked out. I'm a fan. That's why I checked out.
You're a fan of Ludacris, Steve?
I'm a fan.
What do you got, Steve?
Just to confirm what Jimmy said, when he left, he was absolutely confirming what you said. He wasn't familiar with the show. He wasn't angry. He wasn't defensive. He wasn't anything. It was his first time. And he didn't really get the vibe. But he wasn't angry and he wasn't upset. He was just doing what he was supposed to do.
You walk into a room with a station that you don't listen to, and again, I've done it where you're just not exactly sure where everybody is coming from. You don't know exactly, all right, why are they raising this? Like, what, we've been through this. They just trying to start some crap on my name. I'm not saying that, I'm only saying because I've been in those situations, you don't know exactly. And I didn't take it like, oh, he's trying to mother F us. I didn't get that vibe.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
it wasn't, that's not what I'm talking about.
I know.
I'm saying, dude, I had a million things I could ask. I wanted to ask him. It's just, he's royalty, really, in the hood. I mean, he's royalty. He is. So when he comes in here, for real, he's a big, big celebrity. But not here. Especially if I wasn't here, oh, okay, hey, what's up, man? I want to know some. But I could have drove it, and I was trying to drive it into that place where it's like more and more stuff. Mm-hmm. But it was just, I'm here for Max Payne. I'm not here to cause. But you already. This is what I'm saying. You already caused it. Like, we're not embraced by Hollywood. It's just not going to happen.
Who's weird though?
We?
Like, yeah.
Niggas.
But I'm saying you're making it that, and I'm saying that every celebrity on that level that comes here has nothing to do with that.
And that's what I'm saying. Every celebrity on that level who's not black, that's what they do. Let me tell you, man. Chris Rock, and this is the thing, we're in the same world, so I gotta be careful with that, but I'm gonna say, he found out that he wasn't one of them when he did the Oscars. And he found out that he really wanted to be one of them, which is, I watch MTV, and he trashes. When you watch the MTV Awards, he trashes rappers, and he got the funniest stuff you can think of, talking about all the rappers, because he felt like an outsider. He felt like, I'm a comic, and I'm going to hit these guys.
Yeah.
And he's relentless and he's ruthless. He did the Oscars, and Sean Penn gets up and says what he says to Chris, and it flustered him. Because he realized, oh, man, I'm not an outsider. I'm trying to be an insider. And he let Sean Penn hurt his feelings. Sean Penn, if I'm at Chris's level, at that level, where am I going to go? Where can I go once I'm at his level? If I say, Sean, shut up.
Yeah.
Go play your little retarded characters and go ride your boat through Katrina. Shut up.
You didn't think he was pretty brutal on some of those people, though? I thought he ruined their night.
Yeah, but then
he ruined their night.
But what Patrice is saying, when Sean Penn stood up for a joke Chris Rock told about, we always forget his name.
I know.
What Patrice, I think, is saying, Chris should have got up there and hit him right back.
Trashed him.
Hit him right back.
Because he's an outsider to Hollywood.
Right.
Yep.
And we're outsiders.
But as a comic, and I'm not saying I would love to attack Sean Penn or see him do it. For whatever reason, he didn't. Maybe it just took him off guard and he didn't want to, for whatever reason, the one moment of him not attacking Sean Penn doesn't matter, because it's not like the rest of it was polite. The rest of it was pretty brutal for an Oscars host. I mean, even me and Colin talked the next night. He really was kind of crappy to a lot of them. So it was almost like he came in as a comic, doing what a comic does, and it was only that one moment where he maybe not reacted.
Because that was the one moment of confrontation that them said, "You're not us. You're them." Sean Penn, it was a them thing where he goes, his name is, what is that guy's name?
Jude Law.
Jude Law. I would have been like, both of you phony, shut up. Neither one of you have anything to do with me.
Yeah, Jude Law is one of our finest actors.
Get out of here.
Today.
He sleeps with his nanny.
I'm kind of with Patrice. That deserved a beating because that was so ridiculous.
But it was shocking because
not
he
taking away with
that, man.
the edgy stuff Chris Rock was doing during the Oscars, but you have Sean Penn saying something as ridiculous as that. How do you, as a comic, not go for that?
Only because
and punch back a little bit.
I don't understand that the more black people do get into I don't know, Hollywood, politics, things like that.
Golden handcuffs.
The more angry you get that they're doing this.
No.
You see it
wrong.
You see it as would you rather see fire hoses and German shepherds again?
No.
I mean, or this there's an acceptance with
you twisted that up, Anthony. You're twisting that into me being angry about I love, this is what's making me angry, because I love, there is no black hierarchy of us. There's a black hierarchy of me, and then we're in this. But Oprah is her, and Ludacris is him, and 50 is him. And but I'm not saying that I want everybody to have some money. I'm saying, what is it? And I said this earlier. What is it about that level that makes you not say anything?
Fear of losing that level.
Yeah. And it's all celebrities on that level.
Yeah.
You're looking at him the way a lot of guys would look at you. Even though it's a total, and you're not the typical case point because you're Patrice. But say most comics that are on your level who are like still brutal, but guys like us we're not stupid brutal. We know we'll tease people and this, and there's people who might have known you years ago. Why is he doing this? Why is he not coming that hard? And that, in a way, he's on that level higher than us.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. It's leveling up. Yeah. And a lot of celebrities do it. Like when they
I'm not saying you're supposed to be a maniac, Norton.
No, I know.
I mean, look, we're talking about it, but it's like, I'm going to say the wrong thing until I say the right thing. I'm not saying that he's supposed to come on here and go, F Bill O'Reilly, or I'm just saying.
We just wanted to get his point of view on the whole thing. That's all.
Exactly.
Hey,
well, we weren't about it. It would be fun if he did because we hate the guy, but we just wanted his thoughts on it.
Just not like the carefulness. I'm not saying
all right.
I'm not saying a maniac. I'm saying just carefulness of I'm here for Max. Like just the careful, what?
But you know, it's
he was being very safe.
Yeah,
and it's not a black thing. We've seen it with
absolutely
big white stars.
Dude, you got a studio
well.
sending you out like, and they're saying promote this, and you make an X amount of million for a movie. It's almost like, why go through the hassle? And we weren't saying attack Oprah. We weren't saying attack O'Reilly. We were really just asking about it. But if you walk into a situation where you don't know the players, it's not like we're a station the guy's been on. Like Kevin Smith comes in and he'll talk about anything because he knows us. He's comfortable, and when you're in a situation where you're promoting this major film, and in the last couple of years, it's not like he's been doing major films for 10 years. Where do you go with that? Like, do you attack these icons now that the storm is settled?
Let me ask you this.
I think he should have, because all we were asking was, how'd you feel at the time?
Yeah.
You could be honest and say, well, you probably wanted to go down there and twist Bill O'Reilly's head off at the time. He cost you so much money. And that's why I said, and I said to him, I went, at that time when it happened, like that's when you can say, yeah, this is what I wanted to do. In hindsight now, it wasn't that big a thing. At the time, that was my livelihood this son of a bitch was taken away. That's honestly, we could talk about Bill Donahue. It's the same situation. At the time, I wanted to take his gray head and smash it on a curb. And now he's been on the show, and I'm like, all right, he's just doing what he does. I'm not kissing his ass to get advancement anywhere, but time, water under the bridge, whatever you want to call it. But at the time, and I could be honest, I could sit here and go, yes, at the time, I wanted to smash him.
Okay, so you're right. At the time, I would like to have heard a little bit more about that.
Yeah, but be a little honest.
Once you get to a certain point in your career, and you see how fast it can be taken away, or like he happened to rebound and do really well. But when you see how quickly one of these guys, one of these massive people, like when you see how the machine works and how it can just chop you off, like for you to lose a major endorsement just because stupid O'Reilly, you're probably hesitant for no reason at all.
So that's considered a sellout.
No, it's not at all.
Technically, I wouldn't.
You're just not
disagree or not do it. I would do it too.
Can I ask you about what you said?
I think a sellout would be if O'Reilly attacked him again, and he was like, that's just that to me.
No, you said a thing like if he knew the show, and you said Kevin Smith knows the show. Let's say this: if he knew the show, and then you asked him those questions. If he knew you, he knew what you were about. His friends, say his radio show friends, asked him those questions. Then what? Would
maybe you're just
happen?
more comfortable to go back there and know that if you say, man, I was really aggravated, I hated the guy, you kind of know that when you answer certain questions, you might not know where this show is going to take it or what we're going to, I don't know. I'm only speculating because I've been on different radio shows before.
Right.
And I know, you know how it is, man. Sometimes you walk in and there's a weird vibe. Sometimes it's a great vibe. But once you're on more than once or twice or three times, then you're more comfortable. I can't wait to get back to that show. They took care of me. They treated me right. I felt comfortable there. First time in any show, especially, look, the reputation for the show is very aggressive. I'm amazed at how aggressive this show is when I do other shows. Like, Jesus, we really do say some harsh things, even on terrestrial radio, where we really do address things with brutality. So a lot of times you're going on a show that, look, people are aware, this is what they know about Opie and Anthony. Oh, those are the guys, Sex for Sam, Sex in the Church. They know the crazy, outrageous stuff about us that he probably thinks we know about him. So I'm only saying, look, I would love to have had answers, but that's why I'm not mad about it. That's why I'm not, because I didn't feel like he was trying to be a dick to us. I think that a lot of times you're not 100% sure where someone's going.
Yeah, I don't think he was.
Just always on my take.
I don't think he was. It's that, it was just the let me get to it wasn't let me get forget all of this knowing, and it's just, so what did you feel about what happened in your life, and then it just answer it as opposed to I'm not. What is he doesn't really
insight on your personality, who you are before we get to the plug. That might have been,
and that's way more interesting to us than talking about Max Payne for 20 minutes.
Sure, because people don't know it.
There's a problem. We need to get our listeners into what we're doing, and we know that talking about Max Payne for 20 minutes is not going to get the job done. I'm sorry, it's just not.
Don't forget,
and that's why you look at these bios and go, wow, that's something that's worth talking about.
And he's had some interesting stuff happen in his career.
And he might give us another. He might give us another angle. these guys don't understand our side of this. They want to come in here and just give us like very, very boring Max Payne plug type radio, and that's not going to do him any good or us any good in the end.
See, I know that as a comic and stuff, and I'm sure he's done a lot of radio stations, but a lot of the guys, a lot of celebrities do TV, and when you're doing TV, it's a very set way of doing it, where you're on for 6 minutes or 7 minutes, you get a little clip of the thing shown, you talk about the movie a lot. It's very, you know what I'm saying? It's like you know exactly what the drill is. You know exactly what the routine is. When you walk into a radio show where you have 15 minutes, and all of a sudden there's 5 guys, and they start bringing up stuff from the past, and the studios, you just don't know exactly where it's going to go. I know why we do it.
Yeah, we get to go long form, you know? I call that what you just described, who gives a crap TV. It happens all the time.
Agree more,
and that's why I don't watch any of that stuff, because I know nothing is going to happen.
Dude, I agree.
No, I know. I'm with you. I'm just reiterating.
And I would just like to, look, if I ever got to the level of respect and money and glory, I would love to just let every other black person who knows what happens on that way, what you got to do and got to deal with, and explain even the fact that he had to do Max Payne. Explain that. Just tell me what it's like to be at your level and be black. Let me know.
Yeah, he didn't seem to want to be black at that moment.
Are you voting for Obama?
He just wanted to be the guy. Yeah, I know. You're voting for Obama? Well, I just got to tell you, it's just important to get out there and vote.
But most celebrities on that level would say that. Most celebrities, it's not a black-white thing. Most celebrities on that level, promoting for a major movie with Mark Wahlberg or any.
We're not talking about
I can't tell who
phony white people.
That was a little odd.
That's what white people do.
That was a little
It's a celebrity thing. It's not a white-black thing. That's a celebrity thing.
But I didn't even catch that, because, you know, if he says I'm voting for Obama, then everyone voting for McCain might not. Some of these people aren't going to go see Max Payne now.
Yeah, or it might just open a political argument. I'm not saying that. It might open a political argument that you don't want to get into when you're promoting a film.
Well, you know something? You're promoting a film. You want people to kind of like you, know you a little bit. I think it would have been good. It would have been compelling radio to hear his point on you know, a guy that is successful, making a lot of money. Why are you voting for Obama, knowing that more of your money's going to be taken away? Just things like that. And then you get that answer, well, the important thing is just get out there and vote.
I agree.
That was kind of a
It's
answer.
obvious he's voting for Obama. He has a rap song about it.
Yeah,
he loves
of course,
the Obama.
Yes.
But it's about, you know, people that might be buying the movie tickets that are voting for McCain, and next thing you know, they're going to go see some other
I'm with Patrice
movie.
on this one. Definitely.
I'm not even against Patrice. I'm not
yes,
against.
you are.
I'm really
You're
not.
racist.
I'm only listening to his argument.
You could kiss our black asses.
I'm only listening to his argument, and it's almost like we've seen enough guys who don't want to go into certain areas and they're doing promo or whatever. For it to not be as much of a black and white thing. It's just a celebrity on a certain level thing.
You get to a certain level of celebrity and you get exactly what happened today. That's why we say no to a lot of these guys, because we know it's not worth it, because we know we're not going to get good radio out of them. Oh, our music ended. Oh.
More importantly, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marissa. Baby girl's birthday.
Coin City yourself.
Birthday. Coin City yourself. Another year older.
Hey, over at Sirius XM, we have Edward Norton calling in. I think in about 45 minutes.
So
it's
that one.
Which should be about what I expect.
Oh, Jesus.
That I expect out of Edward Norton. That's all.
Last time he called in, he was plugging. It was a political. It was an environmental thing. I mean,
And I'm like on Ludacris the rapper. Like, it's a lot of things.
Let me ask
Look,
this question.
I'm a fan of the dude.
Ed Norton
and it was just a lot of things.
Ed Norton called our show a couple times. What do you remember from the last time he called?
Mostly discussing his view on environmentalism.
Yeah.
That's what he called, was to plug some environmental things in.
Yeah. All right, Patrice O'Neill's going to be where? Patrice, Catch a Rising Star in Providence, Rhode Island this weekend.
I'm going to be nowhere.
CatchARisingStar.com. We got to get out of here.
Let's go.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow.
57th Street.
To the elevator bank.
Across.
You forgot the elevator.
Across 6th.
To the elevator, down the elevator.
57th.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We're not even in that
building.
a real disagreement, because as comedians, I love comedians. A guy, Colin, who's a guy on a bigger level than we are, who will say almost anything to anybody. I love comedians for that reason more than I love any other performers.
And what you just said, I think there is just an attitude. It's you're anti establishment kind of person, or you're not. And Colin is big enough to, or Nick DiPaolo is big enough to not cause himself problems. And I always look at white guys that cause themselves problems, and I go, he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. But white guys that will cause themselves problems. Look at Lewis Black, that interview you played with him. He's causing him. He was going to cause himself problems at some point if it dug into him too much. Look, it was a lot of things, and like you said, you guys have seen it all in terms of interviews, and you've been disappointed by many.
Yeah.
My thing is, he didn't disappoint me. All I just was like saying is, man, what the fuck happens in hot? Please school me.
That is completely legit.
What the fuck they do for you to not say fuck Oprah? Not saying, nigga, you a sellout, you didn't say fuck Oprah. It's like, I hear it, man. I hear it, Ludacris. I hear it. And that's why I was like, you want me to call you Ludacris Chris? I'm just trying to keep him happy. And I just want to know, please tell me, what the fuck is going on? Please. So I can know. To know if I'm ever going to be there or not. Yep. Please tell me. Are you a Scientologist? Are you what goes on? It ain't talent. And I'm not saying Ludacris not talent. I'm saying it's not talent where you go, I'm going to just make it because of talent. I used to believe in that shit. And I go, goddamn well, you got to be friendly with somebody.
Yeah.
But at what point, if I have 20 mil in my pocket, I figure that I can, like, I always said this about Mel Gibson and that whole thing where they would try to make him anti-Semite.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, didn't he make $500 million from that Jesus movie? And I go, how much money do you need before you can be an anti-Semite?
Let me tell you, if you have $500 million, you want and feel you need $1 billion. It's just the way it is, Patrice. Look, are you satisfied with what you have right now and what you make?
Man,
it's not even monetary though. It's creative too.
End of the world money, dude, is $500 million, man.
Like you don't want to be out.
But let me tell you something. Creativity, and I'm not saying this to sound fucking conceited or anything. Creativity will just fucking come out of you. It doesn't matter. If you're a great actor, you don't have to sit there and go, fuck, I gotta be creative. All right, I gotta put everything else on a shelf and be creative. It's just gonna happen. No. The bottom line is, it gets to the point where, and this isn't a sellout thing or that it's all about money and materialistic things. The thing is, you benefit from your creativity just because you did. Some people are very creative, very talented. They'll go to their grave fucking poor. Some people aren't very talented and they make it. There's a lot of luck involved. But once you are there, and you're making a good living, you got a nice place, whatever the fuck it is.
I understand.
You don't only want to keep it, you want to advance.
When I say, one second, when I say creativity, I don't mean the ability to create. I mean the place to do it. Like, you don't want to be ostracized. Like, do you remember when Homeless Charlie happened? Here's a perfect example. How we were all, it was scary because we knew nothing wrong had happened.
Right.
And yet it was all about to be taken away. And every one of us, you read the apology.
Pete.
But dude, you read the apology. We were all in agreement.
Yeah,
None of us were being mavericks behind this. We were all like, we hate doing this. It stinks. I wasn't going, fuck you, Ant, don't do it. I was like, please read it politely. But we were all thinking that way.
Right.
We're not a sellout radio show. We're brutal. But when you see it's already been taken away once, and when you see it possibly going to happen again, it's fucking scary.
Yeah.
We still would have been the same humans. But when the opportunity, the place to be who we are, which is on this show, could have been taken away, we were all kind of smart about it and said, you know what? The bigger picture is we will have so much more time to do
I understand in a critical situation like that.
Anthony.
Well, I agree with Fred the Vaccaro voice. But I just want to...
Oh, it really is.
Scratchy voice, bitch.
You were going to ask me for money?
You're a millionaire, right?
Well, I'll answer that question, Patrice, by telling you this. Everyone needs money.
Yes.
I think everyone should get out there and earn their millions.
Now, if you have $500 million, if you have $1 billion,
$1 billion,
you are a millionaire.
Yes.
You're 1,000 millionaire.
You can buy 1,000 things for
$1 million.
Right. You are a millionaire, a multi-millionaire.
Yes.
So you're okay if you live like if you're a billion, you live like a if you have 500 million, you buy your fucking mansion that's worth 10 million, and you have to keep it up $1 million a year, some shit.
It's not all about money. I think Norton said it. You want to still do your thing and be creative, and the fact is,
let me tell you something though. I'm not going to sit here in front of a fucking microphone and live back in the apartment I was in fucking 1990.
Of course not.
I don't want to fucking do that. I don't want to be that. I could be just as creative and sit here and do that shit, but I don't want to fucking live there again.
But it's about also like
cockroaches and fucking shit all over the place. Fuck that noise. It part of it is about the goddamn money, because that seems to be the measurement of success in this country.
No, when you have enough, like Mel Gibson has, let's be honest, more than the show. Mel Gibson
probably
has enough
doesn't think he does.
To do what he wants. Mel Gibson,
That's what
if
I'm
he
saying.
wanted more money, though, Mel wouldn't make movies like Apocalypto, which was brilliant, but he would make movies that were more mainstream. He wouldn't make The Passion of the Christ, which is not looking like it's going to be a mainstream hit. Mel is on an artistic place.
That made him...
It did.
Millions.
But he could be making Lethal Weapon 6, knowing it's going to be a hit or another movie like that.
They were just talking about that, and they backed out or something.
But do you know what I'm saying? It's like, for him...
He's ready to do that.
He was one of the very rare cases who was... He's an anti-Semite, and a lot of the studios won't distribute his shit, but he's so big and so above it. He's iconic. Mel Gibson's a bad example because he's iconic.
But some people are famous, and some people are, like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Denzel, Morgan Freeman. They're not famous. They're not. They're
iconic. Yes.
You don't even see them.
Yes.
Joe Pesci. You don't hear from him. Meryl Streep. You don't hear. So if you're going to be a person that doesn't want to fuck with anybody, don't fuck with anybody. But then if you're going to be a person that's on something where you're supposed to be saying something, and look at Sean Penn. He's a fucking maniac with what he believes in.
Bring it back to us. I mean, you decide what you're willing to do. I mean, we can make more money than we're making now if we decide to go mainstream. We've had chances to
Can we?
Yes, we've decided.
Hire that hole.
Let's do it.
And let's go.
I don't want to get fired.
But we've decided a long time ago that that's not our thing. There's a balance. We love money, but we also like having integrity with what we do with our radio show. We absolutely could be making a hell of a lot more money if we decided to maybe soften our delivery and go a little mainstream.
How much money's the end?
So what?
How much is money? How much money can I give you? Right? Honestly, and I go.
Dude,
I go. Look, I don't want you around anymore in radio. How much can I give you to get the fuck out of radio?
We could.
I'll take 10 grand.
Yeah. I like what I do. I mean, the fact is, if we get kicked off the air again, I'll be fine.
But I'm saying no amount of money would get you off.
I like doing this.
You have a payoff for your rest of your career?
I don't think so, not because of the same reasons. The thing is, like I said, if you have $1 million, you want $2. You become you get a lifestyle that then costs a little more. It's relative. It's all fucking relative.
So if you have 10 million, it's rare chance that you'll live like a multi-thousandaire. You probably won't.
No, I would
if you live
slowly
like a
start
multi-thousandaire.
spending money.
Right.
It's like Howard Stern, $500 million. Do you think he's completely satisfied and goes, I don't want to make any more money? Do you think? No, of course he does.
It seems like it's possible to be like
Bill Gates. Things like that. Well, he's very charitable.
Yeah.
But the thing, and that's like an insane amount of money. That's the amount of money that probably people go, I really don't need any more money. Is when you're in that thing where they list the top 10 fucking people.
And still is the richest in the
more
world.
Billions. Yeah. There are those people that are on the top 10 wealth list that probably a lot of them are like, but if I didn't make another dime. But to be truthful, if the career ended, and there was zero income coming in for me, no, I wouldn't be fucking happy, and I wouldn't be able to fucking live like I live. It's not, and I'm not spending a lot of fucking money relative to what I make. I'm not like overstepping my means, but
So why
I got
does
a
it-
fucking mortgage, just like somebody that's working a job making like 50 grand or whatever, or two people are working in a household. They're pulling in 80,000. They're paying their mortgage. They're paying their electric bills. They're doing this, doing that. They got a car. It's the same fucking thing, only it's relative. It's up a notch. I might have a better car, a bigger house, things like that, but I can't fucking stop working tomorrow.
But what would make Bill Gates, like say if he did the radio? This is all this is me wondering.
Seinfeld has 250 million. He can stop working because he probably can't have a lifestyle that exceeds that unless he goes lunatic.
He's got 8 billion cars.
What would Bill
You know?
Gates do, right? If Bill Gates came on the show,
but those guys
what would keep him from going, the nigga from Dell can suck my dick? Like, what would...
You have to face those guys. It's a matter. It becomes a matter, I think, for those guys of social. It's like you're socializing with them. You're not like once we got to know Bill Donahue, we became less angry at him because we saw him in a different way, not just as this fucking guy, this thing, but oh yeah, he's a guy that has humor. He's a guy. You start to see them differently because they acknowledge you differently too. So to them, Ludacris is no longer just this fucking black kid rat. He's all of a sudden, oh, that's Chris. He's a nice guy. I had a drink with him. He's a funny dude. We had fun with him. They look at you differently too. Everyone sees each other differently.
As you're saying this right now, I just realized something. I'm irrelevant.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not of the new world.
What do you mean, your old world,
I think Boston.
Patrice?
I think Boston has damaged me beyond repair. I just don't believe in white society like that. I just believe them. The reason I don't believe Obama's going to be the president is the same thing. What you just said made me realize that I just can't see a different fucking America. I can't see it. I think I'm being really honest, man. I just think I'm irrelevant.
You're not irrelevant. You're not irrelevant. You just you don't want to get your hopes up and be hurt. That's not irrelevant. To not want to be disappointed, to not want to love something so much or want something so much that when it's not there it really hurts. That's not irrelevant. I mean, and I don't consider that to be irrelevant.
I think I'm not. I don't know.
Wow, Patrice just had
You
a
speak your mind, Patrice. You've always spoken your mind. On Tough Crowd, you spoke your mind, and yet you weren't. You played the game in the sense where you knew what you had to do to be successful on the show, but you always spoke your mind.
I just want to clear things up on Pal Talk. Patrice didn't say I'm an elephant, so don't say that.
I'm lost.
What?
Seeing Ludacris
is a big gentleman.
like that.
What does Patrice want for this country?
Or for you, like, see, what does seeing Ludacris like that do to you? Because it affected you in a way. It was like you're looking at it differently than I am. But it seemed like it hit you in a different way.
You wanted him to hold true to who he is.
I just want
when he's hanging out with his friends and not hanging out with the Hollywood and the.
I just feel like if I make something, it's more than I should have made, and if I make millions in this country, and that's what I mean. This is a world that, and I love America because there's nowhere else where a motherfucker like me could make money. Talking.
Yeah.
And, so this is not an anti-American. This is just, I think this country, niggas are villains, man.
You'd think that.
I think niggas are villains, and I think motherfuckers who make it are still villains. I think Oprah's a villain to this country. I think that she is trying her best. And I think Obama shows you how much a villain we are because it's going to take white people to make him the president. It's going to take white people to put him where he needs to be, and it's real. I think being a black celebrity is not real.
It takes white people to accept you or go into the movie theater and pay the tickets. Like, you just don't like the idea that white people have to put these people over.
That's a numbers game, though.
It is.
I'm not.
Percentages.
It's the idea. It's the idea that I look.
You think there's still a big control issue
I
over black
consider
people?
more white guys to be my friend in this world right now than black people. I got 3 black friends maybe left because I had to leave Boston. That's where my friends are. Most people I deal with are white, you know.
Yeah.
And it's not, I'm not delusional about it. I'm just saying we're not accepted, dude. We're not accepted no matter what Ludacris does. And I just use him as a euphemism for all of us. No matter what he does, he gonna be a nigga, man. To the people who he's trying to not be a nigga to.
But who though?
And to whatever
but
magical,
seriously, but like,
to the great Oz, nigga. I don't fucking
but it's
know.
a legit question because like Louis Black was saying, people lump in the government and they look at the government as this thing.
Entity, yeah.
Who are the people? I'm a white guy, and I know I'm a typical white guy.
I have no clue.
So maybe
that's what I'm afraid of. I don't want to look if this business really is a beast. I would think Oprah's in the belly. She's as deep inside of the beast.
Hell yeah.
I'm not even in the mouth really. I think I'm just still running around waiting to be food. And
you're like a
but
bed
she's
bug.
not a villain.
A bed bug on the tip of the nose or something.
To what she has done something, but all it will take is one thing for white people to go, naughty, naughty nigga, no matter what you do, you might as well just be you and make that money. And that's what he was doing. And look, I've been there. I understand all that shit. I understand not having a fucking dime that a motherfucker gives you. You know, my girl will tell you, dude, I used to sit up with headaches worrying about money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, motherfucker call me and go, Patrice, we need you to do this, this, and the third. Like, I stopped doing web junk because I couldn't talk about Chinese people kicking each other in the balls no more. I was done. And I said, look, for me to do this is how much money I'm going to need to continue to lie. The first 2 things at web junk, I was honest. The next thing, I was lying. And I said, this is how much you got to pay me to lie. And that money was goddamn good, watching it come in. Those checks every week, oh my god damn, look at this. And once I decided to stop, I stopped. And I'm not holding everybody to some standard, dude, because there's things I've done that I shouldn't have done. But I'm saying, what the fuck, man? When you get to this level and you don't share with other black people, share just information. What the fuck is going on for you to be at the level that you are at? Will Smith, please do me a favor. How did you become this big? And please don't say it's just talent. Where you get to be a nigga on screen for an hour and 25 minutes until the first other person comes. Just a nigga and some monsters.
Did you want something from Ludacris? Like, not something, you know what I'm saying? Like, did you seem to be taking him being a typical celebrity in a really personal, like, is it like?
I want to be proud of anybody who makes, I want motherfuckers to at least
hat removal guy.
Let me know that there are some despites, if that makes sense, that I made it despite. I'm in here despite something, man. I'm in here. I wanted my dumb ex-managers, man, to make it with me. And it couldn't happen. I want black management, black eight. I want that. I want the shit. I want black people to be respected, man. And he's a respected black man. Respected, loved, and I want the motherfucker to come in and say, this is how you get to be that. And I respect Ludacris, man, when I watch him, but then in this forum, I watched him, and I didn't respect him.
But how is he not saying that by doing what every other celebrity has to do?
It's not every other celebrity.
No, but it is. We've had enough. How is he not saying that? This is what you got to do.
People, it's different.
Not when you're on that level of celebrity. They're all the same on that level of celebrity as far as the way they answer questions. And you're reading into it from a black-white issue. And I'm saying is maybe he is telling you this is how you get respected. You don't say stupid shit, or you don't get controversial when you don't need to, or in situations where it's not necessary. Maybe that was an example of how to do it. Maybe that was an example of how to do it.
You know what though? We don't operate. This is what I tell people about Boston. If I had to teach a white class, and not just like, if I had to really teach black people how to be proactive in whiteness, it's to understand passive aggression. That's one of those things that white people will have over you. And I learned this by getting in trouble, unfortunately, with the law. And I had a probation officer. And I realized...
Scagnetti?
Scagnetti.
Yeah, fucking prick.
That fucking Scagnetti. And I realized no matter what, and this is what bothers me, I guess. And again, my training from Boston. And a lot of people don't have training. If you lived in Brooklyn your whole life, you don't have white people training. You just hang around niggas till you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Then you see white people and go, oh, shit. Oh.
White people.
That motherfucker, when I came in angry, the angry... fucking the victimized, angry, fucked over by the system nigga, right? When I came in there and I was being that, and I was fucking salty, and I was looking at him like I wanted to kill his whole family, things were bad. When I came in there, finally got just tired of it, and he sees, I go, hey, good morning. And they beat me down. I finally changed my name to fucking Toby. He didn't give a fuck about what was in my heart. He didn't give a fuck what was behind my eyes. As long as I came in and smiled and said, hello, sir, he didn't give a fuck about, as long as I came in there and I smiled a big fucking smile and made him feel comfortable, everything was okay. And that's all. That's what I learned when I was 17, that white people don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck no matter what you do. No matter what you do. Floyd Mayweather he was talking about, reason white people just want, and when I say white, dude, again, I say this on stage, man. White people, when I say white people, it ain't you, motherfucker. Jerry the trucker, shut the fuck up. John the milkman, nigga, shut the fuck up. White people, you happen to be like you, the system that fucks you too, but makes you think that you're one of them. That's what's, they don't give a fuck. And I'm looking at Ludacris like, man, they don't give a fuck no matter what you do. You're doing the right thing, yes. But it don't even fucking matter.
Shit's changed.
Did you ever think that the way you're looking at it, though, has been skewered and maybe...
I just said I'm irrelevant.
You know, no, but
I'm
not saying irrelevant, but I'm saying, without saying irrelevant or going all that way, does it ever, like, maybe the way you're looking at it is 50% right. But the other 50% that you're lumping in there is not right. Because again, when you talk about Obama, how white people have to put... People like the guy. It's like, it's not as black and white with every single issue.
He's doing...
Even though it does exist.
Let me tell you something. The only thing black he's being, Obama, and I understand this, because he needs to be the president.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing black he's doing is being black. And he's still a nigga.
None of them are that honest. But again, on that level, none of them are honest. None of them. Not one white guy comes out and says a fucking honest word either. Not one guy on that level. And these are guys who are part of the system, who are as accepted as you can be. They get thrown out. Trent Lott said one wrong thing. You can't be more in than Trent Lott was. He said one wrong thing. Out. They throw each other out, too. On that level, it is disloyal to everybody.
Yeah, but they don't throw an entire fucking culture out. See,
you're right.
A lot of times, white people will give up. White people will give up one of their own just to make a big, like, okay, we're gonna trade. All right, niggas, here we gonna trade you. This is why I spoke up against this whole Imus thing. It's like I don't. What is this? Is our platform now? Don Imus, we will trade you one old white man saying nigga and an old television icon saying nigga for you never saying nigga. The fact that black people own language, own language. We can say anything we fucking want. That was the reparations. Reparations was the fact that we can be honest about what has happened to us. And white people can't be honest. So the fact is, white people are sitting there going, man, I can't say nigga. How the fuck we gonna stop niggas from saying nigga? Now, I'm not gonna say that Bill, the fucking cable guy, is doing this and thinking of this. But I'm saying at some point, do you believe that white people are gonna let niggas run around doing shit that they can't do? So what happened was, we will trade you one Imus and one Michael Richards for the fact that you can't say nigga no more. And we're gonna invent a euphemism for nigga that I'm gonna say way more than I ever said nigga in my life, which is N-word.
Yeah.
But the you keep saying was pushed by Jackson and Sharp. The you was pushed by the NAACP, burying the. That wasn't. People didn't push that.
That's why I got mad, because that's that whole thing was irrelevant, out of date niggas dealing with irrelevant, out-of-date white people, and that's who's doing shit now.
Me and Patrice have to go to the old racist home.
Because
I feel as irrelevant as you do.
Al Sharpton made a deal. We're going to hear what the deal was. Get rid of Imus. Get rid of this motherfucker. All right? We trade you two big white icons. Here's what we want. We want a couple of goofy niggas on MSNBC to read the news. And we want black people to not be able to say nigga if we can't. And the radio.
But why is it if we can't though? Like, why is it still a white person pushing it thing? Like when you look at rap lyrics, Sharpton and Jackson, those guys were targeting, which is why I was so aggravated at rappers. They were targeting it way more than white society was. The white people got mad about the cop killing shit, but with the word nigger was all black people pushing that.
The only place you heard it was like in a bar somewhere. It was like, well, if they can say it, why can't we say it? That's where you heard it from Whitey.
Yeah.
But then everyone else, Jim's right, it was fucking Jesse.
It was those guys.
Didn't I just say that, though?
Yeah. No, but you keep saying it. If we don't say it, you can never say it.
But it's not. See, again, I'm saying white is. Look, I said this a million times. The thing that makes us angry, and a lot of us don't even know it. See, Jews. The thing that was good about the Holocaust, and listen to me,
Jesus,
I don't fuck that, man. Just if it is Jews listening and ready to say something,
I know
where
you're going.
Even back in the pyramid days, Jews had a villain. It was Pharaoh, and it was Hitler. So you can look at a motherfucker. It was so much Hitler that a motherfucker can't even have the Hitler mustache. It was names. It was Himmler. It was Heydrich. It was Rommel. It was fucking Mengele. It was a bunch of motherfuckers. These motherfuckers and their cronies who were the villain.
Right.
Black people, when we say white, the color white is like the mustache, except for there was no crime ever committed. There was no crime ever said to be done. It was, we're going to own you. Now we don't. Goodbye. All we got left is your skin color. I don't look at you as an oppressor. White people, when I say white, it's vague. It's not even you. I wish I could move on. Not every German is looked at like a Nazi. Because Nazis were defined. Whiteness was never defined. And as far as the world changing, everything is internal, man. You have internal changes. When the fuck has there ever been an internal change in this country in terms of how we feel about each other? I don't like being a villain, man. I don't like feeling like a villain no matter what I do. But
there's been this huge change over time.
Yes, internally.
In your own lifetime, there's been a huge change that I see. I see it on the...
Can I ask you a question? If you're a golfer...
On the streets.
If you're a golfer, a white guy golfer from 1910.
Right.
And then the fact is that somebody decided now niggas can golf. Where's the change? Other than niggas can golf.
The change is that it's not this thing where we need the National Guard to, every time Tiger Woods tees off.
But it's legislation
people
and
love
that's
him.
change.
But people going, but you act like it's just someone puts down a law. Blacks do this. All right, let's just talk on call niggas. That's not. You said there's no internal change. When something like that happens,
that's what I feel they do.
But it's
Tiger's embraced.
White people don't look at it like that. I'm a white guy. It's not a matter of...
He was embraced by Fuzzy Zeller when he called him old chicken eating.
Okay, that's Fuzzy Zeller. And golf's a fucking shit example. You talk about internal change in a society. People having internal change. Do you really think that everyone is only going by the letter of the law? Well, we gotta let them vote. People don't feel that way. The majority of people don't feel that way. The majority of people hate seeing that kind of stuff that's wrong.
Here's my problem. There is no gray area.
You don't credit that.
No, I do. There's no gray area, white people, meaning this. Either I got to deal with, and not you guys, I got to deal with fucking nigger, or I got to deal with, I've never even heard the word.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I want to deal with an honest fucking, I'm not a racist, wanting everybody to die, racial white person. I've never met a run-of-the-mill racial white person.
Who admits that black people annoy him, but doesn't hate black people.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me tell you something.
Fair enough. I want the same thing.
Patrice, I'll be completely honest with you. When I'm driving down the street...
I'll be completely honest.
I'll be completely honest.
Partially honest.
I'll be partially honest with you.
Save a little bit.
When I'm driving down the street and I get cut off, or some Asian guy is in the car in front of me just doing that fucking 30-mile-an-hour shuffle down the expressway, I will look at him and just blurt out a horrible Asian epithet. I'm in my car. He doesn't hear it. It's not hurting anybody. I don't give a shit. It makes me feel better. Fuck it. But that doesn't mean I'm like, wow, I fucking Asians, fucking that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. If a black guy is doing the same thing, cuts me off, fucking, or some fucking little thug motherfucker is crossing against the light and doing the little shuffle in front of my truck so I can't fucking move. Oh, you damn well know what's going through my fucking head. But I'm not going to look at the next guy on the sidewalk and go, you're all fucking... I'm not going to do that.
I don't feel... Look, so I don't feel that black people, like Oprah, or I don't feel they owe money. I mean, I don't feel a motherfucker owes me their money or owes black people. But I do feel like I owe my mentorship to a motherfucker underneath me. I owe...
But how do you distribute that to people?
I don't know.
How do you then distribute? How does Ludacris then distribute that to you and say, all right, because you're talking, he made it. What's the machine? Let me in on the secret. I don't even think that motherfucker knows what the secret is. I think he just made it and went, holy shit, look at my house and my driveway. And, you know there's this machine. You know that I can't tell you how the fuck I got sitting here. I can't. When I was doing construction.
But see, white people, the beautiful thing about being white on that level is that white people get to be individual. There's nothing that you do that represents an entire group. And when an entire group is still trying to figure out their place in some ways, I just feel like that question I asked them, which had sellout in it, but I was getting at is, no, not sellout. I'm sorry about that. But what do you do different? And you go, wow, shit. Nigga, I get my feet done every week. That's all I was looking for, because you know what? That would help some nigga on the street who's keeping it real, who love Ludacris, and that motherfucker go, shit, man, every week a facial do me good, nigga. That's all he owe. All he owe is to get this young man who's on the corner, man, who don't believe in nothing. Just to say, you know what? Wow, I like that group, Leonard Skinner, man. I don't know. I like that music. I like the way that you think. I like some corny shit. Yeah, I watch Yogi Bear coming up. Just a motherfucker that you think keeps it hood. Just say, look, man, I really like if you.
Maybe he does that, but just not through the vehicle of your question. Maybe he does do that through doing films and for being in an Oscar-winning movie.
That's not enough.
But no. But maybe, and he's also, again, I have to defend the guy because he has attacked in his work. He has attacked. It's not like he laid down and praised O'Reilly.
This is not about Ludacris though. Don't. It's just because he.
All right. Do you think then Ice Cube is looked at so people could go, I could be in goofy shit and look like an idiot?
Nope.
Climbing up the ladder and falling down off the roof.
No, you know why? Because Ice Cube doesn't go. Look, man. Let me explain to you what's going on. Here's what a motherfucker on the street. Look, because I'm in the middle. I'm getting to the place where, here these motherfuckers come getting ready to rob me. I'm, looking at young killers like shit. And they don't know me, so what the fuck they gonna do but rob me and shit? But Cube, his thing is, they looking at him like, nigga, that motherfucker, this is what I want to stop. Do you understand? Like, look at this motherfucker doing this goofy ass out of there yet. Nigga, what the fuck? But Cube is 40-something. He's not a killer no more. He used to be a killer. So please let me know what it's like to used to be a killer. And then something happens and you're not a killer no more. And ultimately, please just let me know how to get someplace without having to be lucky enough to once had been a killer and then I rapped. Because right now, rap is the only, because he said, Ludacris said something, he goes, look, I'm a young black entrepreneur. Please just throw the other shit in there. Because I know I can't freestyle rap worth a fuck. And not everybody I know is a funny motherfucker. And not everybody I know can dunk. So please let me know. And that's doctors. That's pilots. Black pilot. Nigga, talk to me. Talk to me. What the fuck? Please tell me how you decided to be a... Because we need an us kind of thing beyond the negativity, but a positive us.
I think a lot of the things you're bringing up, though, are basic human things and not so race-based. Like the whole thing with...
Easy for you to say.
No, I think they are. Like how do you go from killer to making goofy movies like that? The guy he's in his 40s now. It's called, what, mellowing with age or this? I don't think it has to do with,
motherfuckers don't know about that. Good credit. Let's take good credit.
All right.
My mother had to co-sign me a truck. Okay? When the bill collectors used to call when I had no credit, didn't know what it was, didn't know how to get it right, they call and I go, suck my dick. Yeah, really? I used to listen to American Idol with him. I used to be sitting there going, wait, let this motherfucker finish singing. I'll talk to you after this.
Yeah.
Get back on the phone, laugh at him, fuck with him. And then one day I looked, my credit says 7-something. And I went, holy shit. Then I had to figure out how to be a motherfucker with good credit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I have to share with somebody what I used to do. And then what happened, I had to get co-signed by my mama, who got her credit right by waiting 15 years. You know what I mean?
But how is that?
A little information, man.
Again, that's a human thing. I fucking... the car I slept in was repoed.
Dude,
because my credit was shit.
It's human experience, I know, man. But again, what white people can't do is, and what black people can't do either, is separate the color thing from the issue. Like, I know, dude, I know your story. I'm not looking at you like a white. You're, like I said, you're a fucking bum made good. And I say that with all due respect, man. That's what this country is bums made good. But once you make good, dude, you owe somebody something once you make good. You owe something. Not your money. You owe something. Yeah. You owe.
All right, listen, we got to break in.
You're absolutely right.
We got Ed Norton on the line here.
Edward.
Hey.
How you doing, man?
Hey, man, we're having an intense conversation about black and white and race and Obama and McCain, and it's getting pretty good in here today.
Opie, Anthony, Jim Norton, Patrice O'Neill. And hey, how you doing today?
I'm good. You guys?
Good. Here's what this is about. We had Ludacris came in, and do you want to when you're a celebrity, you're a big star. Does there get to be a point where you don't want to talk about certain things publicly because of what it can do to you or what the overall consequences of it can be?
I don't worry so much about that, but I also don't necessarily think that I mean, it depends on how you talk about it. I think
you got to sacrifice a bit of honesty. Is that
No, I just think, I don't always think that my opinion is necessarily what the world needs. You know what I mean?
I don't think that.
That's a good point.
Because there's this credibility issue, I think, is kind of what we were talking about, where people, now Ludacris, especially now, working his way up to being in movies, doing movies, and it seemed to Patrice like he's kind of not being as honest as he used to be in order to keep that bit of celebrity and success going.
Well, let me make sure you're not, because it's a dangerous thing to miss. I don't. It's not that I'm saying he's being dishonest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying what is it that once you get to a certain level in this game, I just want to know what it is, where you just can't say shit. That really impacts. And you talk about having an opinion, Edward. It's like your opinion does need to be heard, because in this business, perception. So, because I'm just a crazy, useless motherfucker talking, because I'm perceived to be nothing in the game. But a man who got respect, Oscar nominations, this, that, your opinion is valuable. Valuable.
I don't think it's less valuable than anybody else's. But I guess my point is, only thing is I try to make sure I'm actually informed about what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Because people will ask you your opinion for a lot of things, and I think sometimes people reflexively answer. They'll just answer just because they got asked, and not enough people say, you know what? I don't really know enough about that to speak with standing on it. But things I feel like I know enough about, I'll give a perspective on. I mean, I agree. Like, look, we're in some perilous times, and I definitely think it's not a moment for people to keep quiet. I agree with that.
Like you're cautious because you're Edward Norton. People are going to ask you and listen to things you have to say about subjects that they wouldn't listen to the average person about, regardless of how informed you are. So you're more careful about answering because you don't want to...
I also think, on some level, you just got to be careful. Like, people give you a platform for one set of reasons. It doesn't... It's great. I think, I'll tell you something I admire about Barack Obama very sincerely, which is I think he very sincerely holds within him the notion that people with a different view might actually have a point. And I think there's a I don't think it's a political posture with him. I think, having known him a little bit, I think he's a guy with it's really interesting to me that conservatives want to slap the radical label on him, because he's actually, if there was ever a quote-unquote liberal that conservatives should be comfortable with, he's the one, because he is a very measured guy. I don't think, I've heard him say, you shouldn't go into politics if you think you're the revolution, and I think his I think as a listener and as a person who genuinely takes in the notion that the opposing side might have a point, he's someone, I think, he's a real model to me of kind of listening with respect to the other side of the conversation. So
you're saying that, just from what you know about him, he's not a knee-jerk reactionary guy. He will actually weigh options as opposed to a lot of politicians.
The furthest thing from a reactionary guy. I think it's very interesting to me to hear conservatives talk about him as though he's a radical. He's a much more measured, I think, politician than what we've had. I mean, if radicalism is what's gone on for the last 8 years, that's radical. That's ideological radicalism.
Do you think he's going to win?
What's that?
Think he's going to win?
I do, actually.
Now,
I really do.
Based on what, Edward?
Based on the fact that I think that you can only sucker people the same way for so long. You know what I mean? And Americans, we may be complacent because we're comfortable, and that makes people lazy and complacent and kind of more inclined to just kind of go along with what's been going on. But on the other hand, Americans, I think, Americans, we may be slow to kind of perceive the ways we're getting hoodwinked and bamboozled, but once we do, I think Americans have a real righteous kind of anger at being suckered, and I think that the emperor's clothes is off this particular set of lies that we've been being fed for a while, and I don't think he's going to win by a landslide, but But I think people are kind of recognizing that we're not as dynamic as we used to be. And
I don't think he's going to win.
You don't think so?
Based on the fact that there's 200 million white people in this country, and I don't think enough are going to vote for a black president. That's why I don't think he's going to win. And again, that's why I think maybe I'm outdated. I think that you need a lot of white people to walk in and push a button for the black president. I think it's easy.
I think he's got that though.
I don't think he does, and I think that if you're in Los Angeles or if you're in New York, maybe Chicago, and I don't know, Alabama, where there's a lot of black folk.
They took Barack over Hillary. White people had the choice, and they took Barack over Hillary very strongly.
But this is based on the fact that you believe in this system. And again, some shit I heard that bothered me. That's why I'm trying not to pay attention, because I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be upset. Is the fact that the Bradley effect. The Bradley effect, where motherfuckers lie. They say, I'm going to do this, but they're not going to do it. And it's 100 people representing the entire, like Nielsen ratings. It's one goofy family in Ohio representing what I watch.
I think that there's going to be there's a lot of interesting things at play in this election. I think that there's no doubt that it's going to be a real referendum on how much the country's grown up or not. I mean, I think with conditions in this country as bad as they are, if those kinds of prejudices prevent us from making a dynamic change when we need it, it's going to say a lot about who we actually are, and how much we have actually grown up. And I think and that's true. I think it's going to be really interesting to see. It's going to be really interesting to see. I think it's going to be a very revealing. Which way, it's pretty wild. I mean, it's going to say a lot. Whichever way it goes, it's going to say a lot.
No, you know Obama? Have you hung out with him?
I did. Well, I interacted with. Hang on one second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I interacted with him. I work on low-income housing issues and stuff like that. I interacted with him when he was first in the Senate on some of that kind of work, and I was really, really very sincerely impressed with him. I thought he was a very unvarnished kind of guy, very self-aware.
So you knew him or had interacted with him before he was on the national stage?
Very much so. I thought I was very, very, very impressed with his intelligence, with the measured way that he listened, and he was very, very. He seemed to me to be a very, very. Not even just a deep thinker, but a very good manager. He just seems to me to be a guy who knows very well, effectively, how to use the skill sets of the people around him, and I think that's a huge asset for someone. I mean, people keep talking about experience. Like there is not a person on the planet who's ready for that job. That's just the truth of it. Nobody is ready for that job. It's that job is beyond anybody's experience level. I'm much more interested in somebody having a sense of the times that we're living in, and having and being able to articulate a vision for who it is we're aspiring to be in the years ahead. I think most of the best presidents have done that, have understood what the country needed at the moment that it was in, and I think that. And
is there a piece of you? I'm just trying to maybe catch up to maybe where people are. Is there anything in you that sees a black guy, Edward? Anything that you go, wow, it might be a black president, or is it all colorless?
I mean, it both excites me for that reason, in the sense that I think, to me, I'm not immune to the symbolism of wanting someone to lead us who I think actually represents the diversity of who we are. But at the same time, it's irrelevant to me, completely irrelevant. So, I mean, it's weird, it's schizophrenic. On the one hand, I think the fact of it is it is there and it's historic and exciting. But on
his
but
blackness,
on a
right?
level, it means nothing to me.
The fact that he's a black guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Boy, you are a good actor. No, I mean, from watching American History X. This, wow.
Hey,
yeah, the curb scene took 55 takes. I just couldn't do it. Can you CGI my foot off his head?
Hey, guys, I got to jump.
Oh, damn. Yeah, we were getting a
the
message
publicist
there
called
from
on
your
the other line
publicist.
saying you have to go, but we didn't even talk about Pride and Glory. This movie, a lot
I'll call you back. How long are you guys on?
Oh, all right. You just got to go do something else for a little bit?
Yeah, we're on another hour or so.
All right, how about, call us when you can,
I'll call you back.
and we'll talk Pride and Glory when you call back, Ed.
All right, good enough.
All right, buddy.
Thanks,
That's
man.
awesome.
Bye.
Edward Norton, everyone. The first half of the interview.
I don't agree with his politics or anything, but I think he's a great actor, and
I expect that. I expect this, everything that's what I expect.
But maybe it's
Really?
the truth, though.
I expect.
But what's my thing is, I'm not saying you're wrong to expect it, but what's phony about it if that's Edward telling the truth? Like he's
a
the
pretty
guy who
honest
met him.
answer about, like, hey, him being a black guy is part of it, where it's like, wow, it's exciting and stuff.
But here's the thing. I think that him calling is helping me out is this. When you say the same thing. He didn't say, this is what I mean. Do you see black? And something, and something else. Yeah, I see that motherfucker's black. Yeah. That's all I'm at. That's why I'd asked. But
he did say that in a historic. Don't forget, he's also a guy that knew him, and he was instead of harping on words like platitudes, like, "Oh, it's hopeful and it's great," he was saying, "Yeah, I think he's a really good manager, and he's a guy who manages people around him well." He was a guy that was actually giving you tangible reasons why he likes Obama instead of some phony. I think it's wonderful.
All I want to hear is just the words that look. Fucking, you talk to me about, and just to let you know, you talk to me about Robert Blake, Beretta. This is old school shit. But the reason I thought Beretta never killed his wife.
Yeah.
Wrong, right? He goes.
I think he did.
He goes.
So did.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
But here's what made me feel that way. And then the reverse on OJ, what made me finally really believe he did it.
Yeah.
One is he wrote a book called If I Killed the Bitch.
Yeah.
If I killed the bitch, this is what I would have did. When I go, you fucking asshole. Robert Blake goes, my wife, I hated the bitch. I wish she was dead. The wish came true.
That's it.
Is that an exact quote from him?
But I didn't do it. Which I said, holy fuck. If you're a liar, you can't even lie like that.
No, you'd be, I'm so
That
devastated.
motherfucker said, thank God that bitch is dead, but I didn't kill her. A motherfucker to say that to me seemed as honest as you can get.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong, but I'm just talking about do you see that he's black? That's what I mean. Either as a white person, this is the frustration. You gotta be a fucking maniac with a hood, or you gotta be a person who doesn't see color.
But he didn't. I know what you mean. But it's like a lot of times you're expecting too much out of people on a phone interview for them to just come right out and go, okay, yeah, he's a black guy and I feel this way and that way. As opposed to when you ask him a question like, do you like Obama? He's giving you a genuine answer. And when you ask the racial question, he was saying that, like, yeah, I understand in a historical context, it's great. But, I mean, it's not the main reason I like him. And I thought that was a pretty genuine answer. It's almost like...
I didn't say he was being disingenuous.
No, I know, but...
Do you see a black guy, Norton?
What do you mean?
When you see Obama?
Yeah, I see the first black president.
And you see a black guy.
But not in the... I don't know how you mean that in the sense, do I know he's black? Yeah. But when I started to like him was when I heard the answers he gave Matt Lauer, and I heard some of the answers because I didn't like him. Like, well, I want a black president enough to go for a guy I didn't like just to see a black president. When he started giving, like, really tangible answers, like, oh, yeah, he is specific. Like, you heard that, oh, he just talks in all these platitudes and whatever, and then I heard fucking Palin doing that. But when I heard him doing, I liked the answers he gave when I heard him answer directly. So that's when I started to like him. So did I see a black guy? Like I see you as a black. Of course I know you're a black guy, but I see Patrice. I don't see him as Obama on that level because I don't know him or love him. But it's.
But I asked him on a level because I don't know him.
Right.
I just asked him on a level. Do you see a black guy? Yeah, I do. But it doesn't need a context. But that's the thing about all of this that is dangerous for Ed Norton, dangerous for Jim Norton, dangerous for anybody, is that the people who, for some reason, fucking assholes are in charge of context.
I see black guy first. That's what I see. I saw when he was running, I'm like, oh, black guy wants to run.
And you don't give a fuck because you've established. And this is the reason.
Here we go.
Pee Wee Herman and Michael Richards don't have a career right now.
Yep.
Is because of this. Look,
fucking blacks.
I will never take a job for Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ultimately know at some point I'll jerk off. like
you're gonna jerk off.
Ultimately, I'll get caught jerking off something. I'll get caught doing something un-Disney.
Mm-hmm.
I know me.
Right.
So I need a job where it doesn't matter if I'm a jack off at some point and get caught.
Exactly.
He's a jack offer who set himself up to be a child man.
Yeah, one of these.
Michael Richards set himself up to be, Jerry's. And he's a guy
neighbor
who in his heart can just go, nah! And he set himself up to be a liar.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's what I'm talking about. If you just say what you are for half a second, no one will be able to stop you. These people won't be able to throw things in your face. What about this? What did you mean? Remember that motherfucker that said, he insinuated that fighting dogs was as worse than rape?
Yeah.
And I had to sit there and look in the air and go, wait a minute. If I see a woman getting raped on the left and somebody choking a kitten on the right,
yeah,
which do I jerk off to? Both. I jerk off to both.
See what I'm saying? I don't know. Like ultimately, we're so ready to be pushed in the corner of the ass. Why do fucking cornballs get to run? Why do cornballs get to fuck up my Ludacris interview? I really want to know that. I really want to meet him. Really want to know him. But cornballs out there, the people I don't know, the white people that's not you, make motherfuckers answer questions like zoobity-zop, zebop, doobity-bow. Like, I don't want the jazz answer. Just say the shit.
It's just be honest and just give an answer. I agree with you 100% on that one. It's like,
idealistically, of course, we would love that from those guys.
And there is a way to say shit. And I'm not talking about zoobadabba-debop, jazz saying shit. There's a way to be completely honest and say it so it doesn't come off nasty or anything. It's just honesty. It's like, this is me. This is how I feel about certain things. This is how I get at certain times. This is whatever the fuck. There's a way to say it where it doesn't sound like you're an extremist or a nut, but it's just you. Be fucking honest about it.
Just
be
you.
That's it.
Just be you.
But you're right.
Seems too
so many
simple.
people just want to dance around shit and not give a right answer. I that answer, do you see, black? And they're like, no, I wasn't even he's black?
You heard it.
It's ridiculous.
You heard it.
It's not a question
I
you
wasn't trying to muscle him. I'm just saying, do you see black? And he never said black.
He did fess up to it when he said, yes, him being black and being the president did excite him. That was something that he did want to see.
Okay.
He did say that.
Yes.
But then do you see color? Do you see color? That was kind of a Scooby-Dabby-Dooby-Doo.
But you may get...
I
love the jazz answer. I'm just going to say that now when people ask me shit.
That's a tough question for somebody who doesn't know who's asking or what the context of the whole day is.
Right, you don't want to get
on the
yourself
phone all of a sudden.
Corner,
do you see black? Well, yeah, but what do you mean by, like... we could have been talking about how only racists see black first the whole morning.
Right.
He doesn't fucking know that. All of a sudden you're saying to this guy, do you see black? He knows Obama.
Fair enough.
But a lot of times context does matter.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair.
Why don't we take a break?
Righty.
I'm going to have me a motherfucking pretzels. You want pretzel, baby?
Fix Norton's mic.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. This is...
Do it. Just keep doing.
Do you guys hear that?
Well,
now your mic is all fucked up.
Hold on, let me do a little sound check.
And of course,
you got my mic from before.
Yeah, and of course this happens. Of course, this happens today when we were bragging about how great the equipment is.
The equipment is here.
Of course,
it might have been unplugged. Hit it again.
Thank you, Danny.
It was unplugged.
You want to do a quick sound check? I got to do one.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, Jim's sound check. Patrice, where are you going to be?
Danny fixed it. It ain't got no gas in it.
What did he call it? What did he call the guy's name? He called his fucking Sling Blade over at so-and-so's what? An operation?
Oh, yeah. I'm working over at his outfit.
His outfit? Yeah, Bill Cox's outfit.
Bill Cox's outfit.
His outfit.
Fixing lawnmowers and whatnot.
Guy's a fucking, the tenant was basically a garage which fixes shitty lawn phones.
He calls it an outfit.
He's acting like it's a fucking force to be reckoned with.
His outfit.
Like it's a Ford motor plant or something.
Here, sleep on a cot, you fucking, you parent murderer.
I got you some hard-sucking candies. And
watch out for the rats and the cockroaches in our outfit.
Drink some paint in your boob. And go talk to J.T. Walsh about fucking a little boy. At the Atonement Dwight Yoakam.
Creeping that.
He was fucking ruled.
Stupid outfit.
We'll take a break and come back.
Catch a Rising Star, Providence, Rhode Island, Patrice O'Neill. Are you going to be doing comedy up there, Patrice?
Probably not.
Not anymore.
No, it's like I gotta drive up there tomorrow, so I'm hoping I can like white people again.
This is your one-man show.
My one-man show.
Yeah.
That'd be a good name for the one-man show. I want to like white people.
I want to.
Hey, that's not a bad.
And then just go off.
I want to like white folks.
Yeah.
I want to believe in you.
We want to believe in you.
I want to believe in you. I do.
Ask me if I believe in white people.
Do you believe in white people?
Now, all right. Ask if I believe in black people.
Do you believe in black people?
No.
No.
No, I think we'd answer that question. Knowing Whitey, we would answer that question in death metal form.
Yeah, just,
no!
I do have a Brenda Vaccaro voice.
You are a fucking gravelly-throated ass today.
I should be blowing John Voight while I'm on the phone with Murray. Or was it Maury and the cat? Maury and the little dog. You were going to ask me for money? Oh, no, wait, Brenda Vaccaro is the other one.
Brenda Vaccaro, she's the one that played, she used to do this commercial, and that's what I remember. It was like, hi, I'm Brenda Vaccaro. And she'd take this big inhale, and it was a horrific commercial. Maybe you could find it somewhere.
It really is bad.
Yeah.
Listen, just a little taste. Rock. No! Mega Go. This is Mega Go.
Mega Go?
From Mega Go. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh, I know where it's going.
shit.
Now, see, Steve, that probably would have been the way to do it.
Yeah, I
didn't like the singing, although I don't like death metal, like the singing, but the music was very good.
Dude, the distorted lyrics are where I,
Yeah, because I like to hear them. In this case,
incredible.
I'm not a fan of death metal, but holy crap, was that good. We were going to just play like a little sample, but it just takes over you, man. That's mega goo.
In this case, not understanding the lyrics is better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you can hear it in there. You can hear the whole thing.
Well, there is a version where you can understand the lyrics.
Well,
which is the exact opposite of that one.
Well, we were going to just give you a taste of Real Wise Yuppie, and then go to the one Ant's referring to. Just because this is a drastic difference in the Pendulum song.
Yes.
Penned originally by Steve's old band, Foundry. This is the same song you heard from Megago.
Yeah.
The dance mix version.
Oh.
A lot of dance mixes came in over there.
A lot of dance mixes?
I hope it.
Let me swinging back the other way.
Are you dressed like Ziggy Stardust, motherfucker?
Not quite.
Oh, God.
Faggy Stardust. I don't get it, I'm gay.
This sounds like the beginning of Blade Runner.
Yeah.
It's not him, though. It's a cover of this song.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's not me.
The audience sent in covers of his song.
Yeah. We're trying to get a version that's the best version.
This song would have opened for Devo.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I want to do a popper and suck someone's dick.
Singing into a fan.
Wow, there you go.
What I've learned from this contest so far is that a lot of our listeners are very musically talented, but they have no voice. They can't sing, and then they try to process it, and it just makes it even worse.
Well,
makes it worse.
Well, Brother Joe did a version.
Brother Joe had to do his own version. Yeah, it's obviously done in the style of James Taylor.
Down, you've done the crime another time. Now you gotta pay for what you've done, you better run. I've had all I can take, all your screaming in my ear. My back is gonna break if you push me one more time. It's getting heavy.
Wow. Freaking Joe.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Cool, man.
Blood's getting cold. It's so sweet.
I hope Joe makes it into a hit and then sues Steve.
Wait, why?
I don't know.
Because it'd be fun.
Yeah, no reason.
How about one more?
See you raked over the coals in the legal system for no reason.
Yeah. One more taste. What is this, JV2?
I think it's J7.
J7 he goes with? Okay, J7, he did this version of Pendulum. One more before we take a break, because I think Ed Norton's going to call back.
Jesus.
Would you fuck me? I would fuck me.
This is music to fuck another man in the ass to.
What music isn't?
I like it. Big sweaty dance club, bunch of gay men. Nice.
Nice. Wow. You're getting a lot of
Wow,
answers.
that was some techno, huh?
It sure is.
Damn.
One more or no?
I was raving.
I mean, if you want to talk to Norton, he's calling back in 5 minutes.
Let's take a break and we'll talk to Edward when we come back, and then we'll play more.
Edward Norton after the break. Stay there. We're back. We got Edward Norton on the phone. Call him back. He's a man of his word. We like that because sometimes people go, I'll call you back, and next thing you know, they're off doing their thing. Edward.
Hey,
So why don't we talk about the movie? There's a nice buzz about this movie, Pride and Glory.
it's a good one. Yeah, I'll vouch for this one.
Good one. See, they play their role. We play ours. We had openly admitted some of the movies that we pushed just because we liked the guy, and I don't know.
Like, maybe it wasn't so good, but
well,
yeah.
What we do is we're lucky enough to get screeners, and I swear, no one offered me a screener of Pride and Glory. So I have no idea. So what I'm about to say might be a little weird, but we'll get the buzz ahead of time, and we'll purposely not see a movie so we could have integrity when we talk to some of you guys.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, but we know damn well that it's probably not going to be a good one. But we're hearing that this is really going to be a good movie. This Pride and Glory.
It's a good one. It's just I don't know. It reminds me of like the guy who directed it. He really I don't know. He had like the Deer Hunter. The way the Deer Hunter really feels like about working class people, and it feels like he just achieved this really. I don't know, really strong authenticity. And if you're a New Yorker, it's like, it's cool. It's a real in the street kind of badass.
Yeah, for the people that don't know, the movie's about what? It's
it's about a family of cops in
Sure.
New York, and the one of them kind of realizing that some of his family is tied up in some shit they shouldn't be in, and kind of having to figure out what the hell what he's going to do. But it's a very hard hitting film. There's a bit you guys were making the joke about the curbing scene in American History X.
Yeah.
There's a scene in this movie. With Colin Farrell in it that since I remember standing in the back of the audience watching that scene in American History X, watching the way audiences would pretzel up, when that happened.
Pretzel up.
There's a scene in this movie that does that harder than anything I've seen in a while.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the most the audience at the film festival we first just went into fetus position. It was amazing to watch.
Is it? Let me ask you a question as an actor, because you're a nice dude. You're not a brutal guy. Even though you are acting, are there any scenes you've had to do in all these years that were just hard to do? Like they said when they, like an example, they did Amistad. They said it was like really shaming black people. They said it was really like a weird experience and painful for a lot of the actors, and it went beyond just, hey, we're actors doing this. Mm-hmm. Like it was hard. Is there anything you've had to do or been asked to do that you, like, even though you know you're acting, was kind of difficult?
Sometimes it's not the things you would think. I mean, violence is done so technically. It takes so many angles, and you have to do things with such kind of choreography and precision that it sort of takes the emotion out of it. I think sometimes it's I guess I've never had to do anything with like treating a kid really badly or something. I mean, I think that would be tough, but I don't know. You kind of gotta believe in the big picture on a thing. If you like American History X, if you don't believe in what the movie's about, then you're in trouble, because you're going to have to do a bunch of stuff in it that you're going, why are we doing this?
I was thinking that movie in particular with the scene you do with Elliot Gould is pretty brutal.
Right.
Yeah. See, now that's an example, but what's interesting in that is like what makes that good is, like Elliot, we worked a while. We worked on the lines together. You kind of craft a scene, and then you're really doing it together. And and so you're kind of all then going over and looking at it and going, is this, when you work on it with somebody, it kind of takes the
it takes the edge off. Because it is amazing when you watch it, because as a viewer, you're just watching it for the first time. You see it and you just go, holy shit,
crap.
that is brutal. That is brutal.
I think that there's this movie Pride and Glory has some really really hard hitting stuff in it. I think it reminded me when I read it of like Serpico, like some of the really good Sid Lumet films in the 70s of really kind of gritty street life of cops. And
does it take place in
the cops who've seen it have been really really into it.
Does it take place in today, or is it?
It's all shot up in Washington Heights.
Okay.
And it's I think it. I mean, not to put too political a thing on. We were talking politics. It's kind of. I kind of think it's about things that the country's been going through, like institutional lying, and what do you like? I was thinking when I was reading the script, I was thinking about Abu Ghraib and like the way that there was some soldier somewhere who was like really loyal to his comrades and to his army and to the country and all these things. Somebody said, I'm going to mail these pictures because this is not what we signed up for. And I was reading the script and going, this is kind of about that. Like, how do you decide when it's that moment where you're going to kind of blow the whistle on an institution
that you're loyal
lying, You know what I mean? When do you start holding the institution accountable?
Well, you not to interrupt you, but you play a cop who's you're kind of investigating a case that it says it reveals an incendiary police corruption scandal, and it involves Colin Farrell, who plays your brother-in-law. So he's kind of a guy that's in some kind of trouble, and you're investigating something that uncovers him.
Yeah, exactly. Colin's amazing in it. It's a really down in the shoes performance for him.
Does he have to do the whole thing without the accent, huh?
Yeah, it's
Jesus.
great. He sounds like he's
that's gotta be so goddamn hard.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know. I could do it for a few seconds or a few words or a line or a sentence, and then it's just me.
Yeah.
Edward,
we have a good brawl in it. Colin and I have a fight in the end. It was up there with the. It's tough.
Who do you think would really kick ass in that one if you had to fight him?
Colin's compact and tough, but I've got reach on him.
Yeah.
I think I could do the thing where you hold him by the forehead and keep him swinging at air and then just.
So what's your build in this one? American History X or Fight Club build?
What's that? Oh, no, cops. I got Winter, Chunky.
Oh, okay.
They're thick.
You know what?
Probably thick. Have you
a
noticed that?
little thick, yeah.
More toward Fight Club.
Show me a skinny New York cop.
Right.
True.
Edward Norton and friend Jim Norton. I mean, there's something about the ring of that.
Well.
Which I think a lot of people a big buzz would be created.
Would it?
Should be a buddy film.
Yeah.
The Nortons.
What if it just said Norton?
Yeah, absolutely.
Norton. Yeah.
Edward and
Norton.
Jim, like both our names over it, kind of the way De Niro and Pacino have their names above a movie.
Brothers. We could have done Step Brothers,
Yeah.
That is the big thing to do on the ads.
I don't know why we're doing this film down in Louisiana, and there's some character actor whose last name is Cheeseman, going to be in the movie, and we started laughing, thinking what if you were this really serious dramatic actor and your last name was Cheeseman and it was Brando, De Niro, Cheeseman. It would be really hard. It would be really hard.
Some of them don't fit on the billboard very well. They don't look very good on a billboard.
Cheeseman. Master and Commander. You know what I mean?
Cheeseman.
What if it was Jim Norton? Ed Cheeseman.
It's pretty bad. You worked with our own Patrice O'Neill that we have sitting here right now.
Do you remember guys from small scenes you've done, or guys that only had a one scene a lot of times? Do you remember?
Yeah.
It was in 25th Hour.
Mm-hmm.
Patrice, you played
big black door guy.
Yeah, he's a big black door guy. Was it?
Yeah, at the club scene.
Yeah, that's Patrice. Patrice, knock it off.
Was Patrice a good actor?
It's difficult to work with.
Because he said that you're an intimidating guy to work with.
Spike kind of casts well, so it must have been something he saw.
That's a backhanded compliment. I like that.
Hey, Spike liked them. Fuck it, I got paid.
I got to say a few words in front of him. Screw it.
Patrice.
Tony Siragusa was in that movie. You remember him? The Goose, the Baltimore Ravens linebacker.
Oh, really?
He played the big Russian muscle guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, wow, yeah, he was big. No,
it, but haven't
I
seen
do
the
remember
movie,
he was
but yeah.
big. No, I haven't seen the movie, but I remember. No, I did see that one. I think I've seen all your movies. Jesus Christ.
I've not seen 25th Hour.
That's a good one.
Hey, Edward, your version of The Incredible Hulk is coming out on DVD. Whoa.
Is it?
I'll see your. Okay. Well, then we got the. Well, it says his version, so I was wondering if you finally made good with that whole Hulk experience.
No.
Okay.
I don't know what that.
That's wow. That's a bad typo. Then.
I
thought you guys made nice because it was.
When's it coming out?
It was well documented that you were not happy with the whole Hulk movie.
No. I just wasn't. It was more like Marvel. Those guys. The director and I were great. He was great.
Yeah.
I like the fact that if you don't like a project, you're obviously not going to go out and promote it. But like a lot of guys, like you see, De Niro and Pacino just did Righteous Kill, and we all know De Niro and Pacino are they are who they are, and it wasn't a great film, and I'm sure that they knew that. They're not dummies. They've both done enough brilliant work where they know when something is like a paycheck or. What's going through someone's mind, or as an actor, when you got to go out and promote something that you know is kind of like
not your best, or the film itself?
Is there a frustration with that? At times I'm sure contractually they're obligated.
I haven't had that experience really too much. I pretty much try not to work on stuff unless I think there's something in it that's going to interest me, to talk about. And I've had my differences with on some, but I guess one thing is I think one thing is you got to keep perspective. Movies are movies. It's not. We're not running for president. We're not. I think it's nice if I try to keep an integrity. If I'm not going to go and sit and say a bunch of crap about something that I don't feel.
Right.
And I definitely will say to people if don't put me you probably don't want me out there in a situation where I'm going to duck and dive around a question because I'm not going to fake it. But and so in a lot of ways I'll leave it up to them. I'm a professional and I'll do my bit. But the only problem to me is if people expect you to say something that you're not feeling in particular. I think that's always your right to kind of say, how about the Jets this year?
We may have asked you this the first time you called. I don't remember, but I know that there was a big thing. I think it was Tony Kaye, who directed American History X, was really unhappy with the final thing. Do you know what it was that he wanted to happen that they didn't let happen, or what did he want to do that they didn't?
That was all a kind of a tempest in a teapot. He got into. Tony was an interesting cat. He kind of, I just think, had what I would call like completion anxiety. Some people never want to let it go and let it be out there. He didn't ultimately have really specific differences with them. I think he just literally never wanted to keep working forever. But I know we have mutual acquaintances, and I know he is very proud of the film.
Completion anxiety is actually a good way to put it. It's like when you look at Chinese Democracy, Axl Rose doing Chinese Democracy. It's like sometimes I think people are afraid just to kind of let the work be done and just kind of put it out as it is. They kind of become perfectionists about it.
Then it gets judged.
You get to a point where you realize, like with these things, that you never, at a certain point, you let them go because you're too close on them, and you never really know how they're going to break across other people, and you gotta get out of the way. You just gotta let it be what it is. But
are you going to be on Entourage or what?
Nah,
they're talking about you a lot on this.
About it secondhand from everybody.
Yeah,
a
lot of people thinking you're going to make an appearance on Entourage.
For me in it?
Huh?
Is this a big payday? Can I get a huge fee for a brief guest spot?
Yeah, a quick little cameo.
Yeah. Hey, Jim, are you still doing The Cellar?
I am, yeah. I'm there sporadically throughout the week and on weekends when I'm in town.
What about like mid-November?
Yeah. I'm actually in town. I'm doing book promotion starting early November, so I'll be gone probably like the first 3 weeks. But say third and fourth
I'm
week.
be around home a lot more.
Oh Jesus! Don't do it. Don't drop in and see him again because he won't shut up about it.
Why? I didn't even mention it. If Edward wants to come and see a man of similar ilk, what's wrong with that? A couple of celebrities talking afterwards. But yeah, you can. I'll have Roland give you my information if you want to contact me.
God,
And
this is not good.
Come whenever you want.
Edward, you have no idea what you just did.
A couple of not, mediocre-looking Irish guys hanging out.
Jimmy's
getting to know people.
Jimmy's going to skip home now because of you.
Why? I'm just talking.
And he's going to be like zippity doo dah.
No, a couple of friends that want to see each other's work. I'm going to go see
Pride and Glory. Yes.
And he'll come see me. It's the way we work, guys like us.
Such an ass.
It's October 24th. It's in theaters, and I mean everything you do. You're obviously a great actor, man.
It's a good one. I think your audience will like that movie. It's a good one for them.
All right, so
it feels like a thin fall too. I don't really, I mean, can you? I'm trying to figure out what I'm really stoked to see. I can't really.
Yeah, there's not really much.
You should come in and see us one of these days, Ed.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Edward Norton. All right, we should let him go.
Yes,
he's a very busy man. Pride and Glory in theaters October 24th.
9 days from now.
Thank you, Edward.
Thanks for the time. Bye.
Good luck, man.
There he goes. Edward Norton.
Maybe one of these days we'll actually get him in the studio.
Well,
wouldn't that be something? I mean, it really seems like we do have good phone conversations with this gentleman.
He's a good phone. He's conversational. He doesn't back off.
I like him in Rounders too.
I didn't see that either.
So, oh fuck, you got to see that. He's really good. Plays a really good douche in that one.
I will actually probably see that before I see him at the Cellar because I want to probably talk about that when he comes.
Oh God, he asks about if he's going to be at the Cellar, and then asks, "Yeah, I'll be in town, November, and maybe."
What's wrong with that?
Roland will give you my info.
All of us just cringing.
Believe me, I wanted to say, you don't know how much I wanted him to say, get my info from Roland, but I didn't think that was going to come. So I offered mine up. If he said, fuck Roland, I would have said, well, here's my number, and I would have given it out on the air.
Right on the air. Just make sure he gets it. That's very funny.
What is that, Roland?
I went to Mr. Norton's house he threw a party.
No, you did not.
He means me. I had a party.
No.
None of you were invited. It was called a blanket party. It was me and a few Marines and Roland. We beat him with soap.
No, but I did, though.
You did?
Yeah, he did. I was very bothered. I was like, Roland, why don't you bring me? He would have been so surprised and happy to see me.
Were you just sitting in the corner by yourself, or were people talking to you?
People talked to me. The whole Judd Apatow crew. He threw a party.
What did you sweat on? What kind of furniture does he have?
He has a Bruce Springsteen memorabilia.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he told me, don't steal it.
You had you. Walking out of his house with some shit.
I know.
He has a guitar, Bruce.
Really?
Does he?
What were you telling me on the way home the other day? Elvis Presley autograph guitar?
Oh, my dad has it.
He's got an Elvis Presley autograph guitar in his family.
Yeah, but it's bullshit because it's on 1985 calendar. They think that Roland, I expected more of that. Quick improv.
Calendar. He said it was a guitar.
We already said it was a guitar. Roland snored.
Yes, he did.
We already established that it was a guitar.
It was a signed guitar. And you said a calendar.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not even an answer, just all right.
What am I going to say? A literal open answer? Sorry, Jim, the joke didn't work because it was established.
It was. It had already been pre-established. We established the fact that it was a guitar. That's all.
You're right.
Fucking Rangers, go screw, Roland.
5-0.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But your prospect dies of a heart attack. So there you go.
Yeah, one down.
Why do you think they're so good this year? I mean, are they going to remain good all year, or is this kind of like something that's just kind of starting?
Mm-hmm.
Young players.
Line of the Day is brought to you by WebEx.com. Hold meetings, make presentations, do it from the comfort of your own home or office. Check it out at WebEx.com. Let's get right into the runner-ups. A runner-up line of the day.
I'm already making sacrifices. I just don't want to make more sacrifices.
By pressing that button that says Negro.
It's not pressing the Negro button.
Boy, is that a sacrifice. I know you got carpal tunnel syndrome in both wrists. But now
we figured we'd throw the black man a bone today.
Oh,
Patrice O'Neill.
That's wrong on a few levels there, Opie.
I thought you were going to, cry or something.
Patrice is just kind of
you got very emotional today.
It's a lot of shit today.
I haven't seen this side of Patrice since the day he brought in the briefcase of the dildos, and we looked at him and said, "What's wrong with you? You all right? You all right?
Fine.
Catch a rising star? Providence, Rhode Island this weekend?
I told you about Edward Norton. What would happen if you said I was in a movie with him?
But you didn't talk to him, so he probably don't. If you would have said, "Yeah, remember that scene we did?" He might have relayed.
Of course he would have, but we
So why
got the
didn't
real honesty, which was
yeah.
Spike made the choice.
If Spike made a choice, I'm sure he was good. I don't remember him from a hole in the wall.
Because you weren't connecting him to anything. Like, I know what you're saying, but if you would have said to him, "Hey, what about this thing we did?" He might have talked to you and go, "Yeah, you were good" or whatever. You just one more guy.
I wasn't good. That's why I didn't say anything.
Oh.
Because he said, listen, you tried it that way 10 times. Why don't you try it this way?
Did he really say that?
Did he?
Yeah, but But Spike told me that I did something different, and Spike said, "What the fuck you doing?"
He said, but
I said, "I'm the director."
Oh shit.
That's true.
I'm sorry I brought it up then, Patrice.
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you.
I just wanted to see. I was curious to see if he remembered you or not.
But no, it doesn't matter.
You're a memorable guy.
Because he goes, he just says, but he doesn't. He was in character.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You yourself were very memorable. When
not
you're
then,
an
because he would
character.
only be in front of me during the scene.
And then you run away.
I'll tell you somebody I met on that fucking set who was as cool as anybody. Probably why he's not famous. Barry Pepper.
Barry Pepper? He's famous? That guy's fucking great.
He's great.
Who is he?
But he's not...
An actor.
You don't hear Barry too much.
No.
What's he? Well, who is he and what?
He's really good.
Barry Pepper. He's one of those
sniper.
That fucking guy used to sing that song about him. I want to be a Pepper too. Everybody knows who Barry Pepper is.
Barry Pepper was the sniper.
Yeah.
In what movie is that?
Exactly.
No.
No, the big fucking Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. He was a sniper in Saving Private Ryan.
But he was up on the tower, and he's saying the prayer, and he's shooting motherfuckers in the head.
He was the little dog in this boy's life.
You asshole. There he is.
The fucking guy was a great guy.
There's Barry Pepper.
Fucking dude was great.
Yeah, he's good.
But I knew he wasn't.
But how many different?
But he was cool.
How many different people could he play? He's Barry Pepper.
Barry Pepper.
I don't know. He was great.
He's like
he was
a character
great
actor.
He's
He was
good.
fucking a great actor.
Yeah,
and he was
is.
a fucking human being.
Was he?
He was just talking.
Asshole.
Some fucking great information.
Watch him marry him.
Really?
Oh,
Good
about
inside
that
shit.
shitty John Travolta movie.
Oh fuck!
What?
Which one was that?
What the worst movie
The fucking
of all time?
that Scientology movie.
Oh, that fucking what?
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah.
Oh.
Battlefield Earth. Oh, so he was saying some
Dude.
shit. What was he saying? Like John Travolta would go suck some dick
You know what?
before.
Nah, but you know how you joke with a motherfucker, right? And he goes with a nice joke where you go. He had just came out, I think, with 40. What's that movie? 51 or something. That,
the baseball.
The baseball movie.
61.
61. Sorry. And he goes.
51 was no good because that was still 10 short of the record.
And so he does that. He does that. But I just fuck with him, and I go, "Hey man, I loved you in Battlefield Earth. Thought that was the best."
Oh shit!
And you touched the reality of a motherfucker by saying what evidently is the worst movie ever made, and
Of
said
all
you was
time,
great.
yeah.
And if he had went, "Thank you," then I would have known this guy's a dick.
Yeah.
But he looked at me like, "I'll fuck you up." You say some shit like he really was like, "Ugh." And I go, "Good man, good fucking man." And he just goes, "That movie," and he just started yapping about shit.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious, dude.
That's cool.
He was Roger Maris, yeah.
And then he asked Patrice a question because he thought he was a lighting guy. He had no idea. He was actually a guy who would go on the radio and say it.
No, but I didn't say. That's what I'm saying. I'm not betraying what he fucking said.
No,
Of
I'm
course
teasing
not.
him.
You know, I don't want
I
to.
know.
But fucking, but I knew he would because I only saw Ed Norton during the scene. He would after he said cut, he would walk away and go back into what he was doing.
Yeah.
And it was weird because it was all like those type of actors. They were all not. After cut, it was done. So it was like Anna Paquin and
Not everyone
Rosario
wants to
Dawson.
yap like you do.
It's not a yap. Oh, shut the fuck it.
Wait, what do you
Fuck it.
comment? Is it a method actor thing though? I
It's
don't know.
not even. It's just.
Oh, Dick Cheney's going to the hospital. Oh
That's what they
shit!
said.
Oh no.
That's news about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now he's no big deal.
It's always going
So,
on.
how about Hoffman? Were you going to see the film?
No, they were all. They were all actors. Meg Ryan. Any movie I've been in was just with actors.
Like they do their
And it
thing.
wasn't
Meg
really-
Ryan's the same thing?
Yeah, just
She being like that for?
If I do like 14 takes, it was never like, hey, hi.
Really?
No.
All right, now I'm into this.
It's not even. It's not.
So
a
it's not even an
fucking
acknowledgement
yap
that
thing.
you're a human being. All right,
It's not
well,
a-
I apologize about the yap thing.
It's not just a hey, how's the weather? Because I'm not that guy.
There was no- you're
I'm
saying-
an aloof asshole. So it was just like it was
The
just
connection
not a-
thing, there was no connection, like hard to connect with them off the camera.
Yeah, it was just absolutely.
You would
nothing.
think they would actually talk a little bit about something. I got it now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry.
And
Patrice.
cut. Nice shoes. Nothing.
It's like watching extras, you know, with your bass.
What happens is when you're doing, like, especially when you're doing a series,
yes,
you a lot of times will just do it and then you go back to your trailer for a little while. Like there were times.
That's your training?
Trailer. No,
I thought
but
you
training
said
was something I apparently have never had.
Yes,
If you've seen my work. Sure I have. Open mouth. Money up front.
Stanislavski is the name of that fucking transvestite he sucked.
Mr. Oslavsky.
Hey, Stan.
Why am I helping him with this? I'm chipping in on my own faggot joke.
But yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I just knew, he just didn't cut. And then the only thing he had to say was try it another way. And I did.
Did he say, was he trying to help you, or was
Of
he like
course
just
he
not
didn't say,
liking
hey,
it?
you fat non-actor.
No,
Where
but
was
was he
Spike?
trying to help you, or did he not like it, you think? Like,
No, he didn't like it.
Where was fucking Spike? To just say,
Spike
I'm
is
the one that
somewhere
says-
directing. And then,
Why wouldn't
and
he
then,
direct
and
on
then
that?
here's when I was, so basically, I was doing okay at the time because Spike didn't say nothing. As soon as I did it his way, Spike goes, what's that?
Were you changing?
Because I would laugh. Spike liked I was laughing at him for doing 7 years. For whatever reason, Spike thought my character should be like, damn, that's fucked up. Because that's how niggas would be.
Yeah.
Like, damn, nigga, you get ready to do 7 years? But in white method world, it'd be like, you should be more concerning. Because a white guy would go, dude. But a black guy goes, God damn, nigga. But because that's our way of loving you. It's like, nigga, you got AIDS? God damn, nigga, that's fucked up. Let's go out and chill, you know?
Yeah.
But I was doing it just like that. Like,
So
God
he wanted
damn.
like, oh man,
Like, sugar beets.
oh,
And,
7 years.
So how'd you do it for when Edwards take?
I cared.
Like you were like, 7 years, man.
Yeah. And Spike was like, what happened to the laugh? I go, boop, boop, boop.
What made it in the movie? Which version?
I've never seen
I
the movie.
forgot.
Don't know.
You didn't see
What are
it?
you, fucking Spencer Tracy? You don't want your own work?
Nope.
What's the matter with you?
I don't.
Jesus Christ. Guess who ate all the dinner?
Holy shit. That's fucking funny. Let's do another runner-up. Line of the day. Webex.com. Here's another runner-up. We're only 5 minutes into the first period, and this is Willie O'Ree's fifth fight.
And he hasn't even gotten off his own bench yet.
Stupid Willie
great
O'Ree.
tag.
First
Yeah.
black hockey
Who's the other
player.
guy? Pudgy?
Pumpsy?
Pumpsy.
Pumpsy Green.
Pumpsy. Give me a Pumpsy.
The fuck is this?
Rolling. Go Sabres, motherfucker. Go Sabres.
Hey, can I get a copy of
Go Sabres, motherfucker.
Thank you. Pride and Joy. Pride and
I wanted to talk about that Marvel thing, but that wouldn't have went. Like, Marvel is, the fact that he said that, it means Marvel is coming out. They're assholes. Marvel Comics, that's they like, Jon Favreau not going to get his money. And it's really,
For the Hulk
anytime
movie,
a successful movie comes out, the sequel, motherfuckers get double what they made before. And they fucking with Favreau about that. And Terrence Howard wanted his money. And Marvel's like, motherfucker, the characters are the star.
Yeah.
Not you. Go fuck yourself.
Who did Terrence Howard play? I didn't see the first one.
He plays War Machine.
What's War Machine? Is that?
Well, it's Iron Man's sidekick.
Is he critical in the movie?
War Machine, if you're a comic fan, War Machine and Iron Man is like Robin.
Here's why they said that about Terrence Howard, because they replaced Batman 50 times. It is the character.
Yeah.
They also replaced
But look
the
at
Joker.
look at what happens.
You know what though? X-Men.
Look at what happens. Look at the Batman movies and what happened to them once they start going into changing.
Yeah, but I didn't like
You can't change like Wolverine though.
I didn't like Terrence Howard in Iron Man.
No.
Okay. I was thinking about it.
To be totally honest with you.
You know,
It was unbelievable.
you're a fan of
I love Cheadle and everything he does.
I love both of those guys. Are
I'm a fan
amazing,
of
man.
Terrence Howard, but I don't know. He kind of took me out of the movie a little bit.
But do you know the character of War Machine?
Hell no.
It doesn't matter, right? I feel you.
Hell no.
Yeah, I mean, that.
I love the movie, by the way. But I can see why they might want to replace him.
I wish.
Well, they didn't replace him because he sucked. They replaced him because he wanted some money.
Yeah.
I wish Ludacris would want to talk more about Crash. I want to talk about Terrence Howard.
He had nothing to do with Crash.
How he should have fucking.
Ludacris was barely in Crash.
How he was actually really. He had a great moment at the end too, where he fucking
let
those Chinese people go. And there was so many fucking. Matt Dillon should not have been nominated for that. As much as I like him, should have been Terrence Howard. Should have been the supporting actor.
Dillon was fucking great.
He really was, but I thought the deeper role was fucking Terrence Howard playing that guy tortured by Hollywood and break it down and fucking fighting the breakdown for so long was.
Crash. Not as predictable.
Because Crash was amazing.
That's fucking.
I'll
like it.
I'll argue what?
Patrice don't like it.
I'll argue Crash with anybody. Cheadle was fucking
irate.
Stupid rolling his goddamn Rangers. Fuck the Rangers.
And then he pulls her out of the car.
I raped you. Now I save you.
But that was a statement. No, that wasn't about him and her. That was kind of a statement about the duality of the way you look at cops. Where because Hollywood always paints the racist white cop asshole. But in this case, they show you like, all right, there are this side of them. But then again, these are guys that fucking will crawl into a burning car to pull you out. It wasn't about the symbolism of him saving her was not him saving her. It was just about the duality of everybody. Everybody was painted stereotypically, and everybody was given redemption. Everybody. I love the fact that they show him being a fucking scumbag, because that's how you expect him to paint a white cop. And then you see the side of him holding his father, and you're like, oh yeah, there is another side that you don't fucking... Just like with Ludacris and the other dude.
Yeah.
I mean, the other dude is they're robbing somebody, and then all of a sudden he's got the St. Christopher medal, and you see that there's a fucking gentleness to him. There's redemption for every guy. Don Cheadle, a motherfucker.
But that's why The Wire is good. That's why The Wire is a great show. Because there is no... when you pitch a show in a room and you go, hey, listen, I'm going to play a motherfucker that just says fuck you, right? So where's they call it this, the comeuppance. Where's the comeuppance? It's like, what comeuppance? Where does the character, for being what he is, end up suffering? That's what I'm saying. There is no... The Wire would write a death for a motherfucker who was really, really not supposed to die in Hollywood land. And I don't give a shit about redemption.
No, but I'm saying this is not. But it wasn't a politically correct redemption. It was they were just showing the fact that they showed the white cop being a fucking a scumbag is how you expect it. They showed things you didn't expect them to show, like the little girl when she was about to get shot. I was absolutely convinced she was going to get shot.
Yeah.
Because that's the big emotional scene. But they did it a different way. When Ludacris and the other guy robbed fucking them, they showed you know what? She's not some paranoid white suburban bitch who's just scared of blackness. You know what? There was a right reason for her to make that judgment.
I'll go with, here's where, only thing I go with is this. Like, I'll go with you on everything except for, it would have been cool if Matt Dillon had a finger popped, what's her name?
Yeah.
Like he did. And then... another white cop saved her. Like, instead of him.
It wasn't about...
saving the same bitch that he finger raped.
It wasn't about her, though, and him. I think that you had to...
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm with you 100% except for the little girl, the Ludacris and Lorenz Tate didn't have to rob her, the girl who was like, fuck black. Like, have another arbitrary black person do it, and then have them rob somebody who's not fucking her. And instead of
right, all these
the
weird
6 degrees of
don't forget, it is
bug me.
Don't forget. I mean, when you look at The Wire, which I mean is my favorite show ever, you have 5 seasons of development. When you look at a movie, you have an hour and 45 minutes to get your point across. Which is when you look at a guy like Matt Dillon, they didn't want to give redemption to all cops. They were just showing you an individual, almost like a little piece. And it wasn't necessarily if he would have rescued another black woman. In a fire, you would have been like, who gives a fuck? But this was to kind of make the point a little bit clear. I didn't take it as literally as that. They were showing you like, yeah, this guy was a scumbag, and he caused this rift, and then they showed you this fucking turmoil that these fucking 2 people have to go through in their marriage because of the shit he did. That it's not just, hey, they go home and don't care about it. You know what I mean? They almost destroyed the fucking marriage. I love the fact they showed what Hollywood does to black directors. Isn't he supposed to be the smart one? Like, with Terrence Howard was fucking fighting to hold on to this thing and this, you know what I mean? It was like they really got in deep, I thought. But you had to juxtapose these people together for that to make sense. I mean, that was just Matt
You know
Dillon.
what?
Yeah,
You got
he
a
should have
point.
diddled her when she was hanging by the fucking seatbelt.
And you're loving it.
I would have shown.
You love it more than I hate it. So I'm. Like Norton loves it. His point is, which by the way is why I'm, Obama just because he's black. Because I don't want to be convinced otherwise. Because he might convince me otherwise. Like, cause
damn, now I
his
can't.
His thoughtfulness is way outweighing my thoughtfulness of why I don't like it. I just didn't like it on just a fucking prehistoric level.
Norton explains it like an NYU film student.
Yeah,
but
I really
just
studied it. So
that
can't
movie
even fight.
really hit me. Like most movies don't, because you so know the formula in all. You know what I mean? It's like what did they show recently where they just this is how they deal with stereotypes. Is they just put a black guy and a white guy and switch them with no thought to it at all. Like, oh look, the bad guy's white, the cop is black. It's like such a phony.
Like I hated when they had Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin. I'm a big comic book guy, and Kingpin is a big bad white dude in the comics, and I don't want to see a black Kingpin. Just because why? Like I don't want to see nothing black that's like. Here's Negro for you. Like, please don't. I want to see white people where they supposed to be.
Look how good we are. We actually, we know it's a white guy. It's supposed to be a white guy. We cast a black guy in this.
It was another great moment. Like
Jaws will be played by a stingray.
That's fucking hilarious.
Fucking awful. Horse shit.
That's right on, man. All right, with that, let's do another runner-up.
That's a damn good one.
Another runner-up line of the day. Slowly going through these.
What did you say? It would look more realistic
if he just wrote hair on a piece of paper and taped it to his head.
That had me laughing my ass off.
That fucking wig was I've seen burn victims look better in baseball caps than that guy did. That fucking wig.
I wish we took a picture of that.
Dude, it was horrendous.
We'll be back. We'll see.
I tried to. My camera kept closing. I was embarrassed for him. The shutter wouldn't open.
Paul in Brooklyn
was winking.
Paulie, what's up?
Hey guys, I know you guys trying to wrap up, but I kind of wanted to just piggyback Jimmy's point about the duality of the characters, because the guy that shot Lorenz Tate, is he Ryan Felipe?
The guy who played the cop who was originally Matt Dillon's partner, yes.
Right. So he was this do good cop and stop judging people based upon what they look like, and then Lorenz Tate gets in the car and he's so afraid of the guy that he basically blows him away and he leaves him in the field. It was a good scene. I really liked the movie, and I kind of disagree with Patrice.
No, wait a minute, man. I'm not against. I'm just saying my problem with the duality of man is that it happened to all the characters intertwined in the movie. That's all. Yeah. I agree with you, the duality of man, but his duality had to be to shoot one of the it's like that affected him. If he did that, why didn't he just shoot any arbitrary nigga? That's what would happen in real life.
I think they were trying to say that that's in each one of us, and I mean, it'd have been great if they could have just, had 50 million actors trying to portray.
Hey, you two motherfuckers love that shit. You have deconstructed it. All I did was fuck this, and your deconstruction outweighs my fuck it. You guys like it more than I hate it.
But you know what? Him shooting, there's one more point, that him shooting that guy was, again, there's certain anti-Hollywood things I liked about it, and they always make the idealistic guy like him the hero who is without flaw. And in this case, you're like, wow, even a guy who thinks like this is a fucking fearful, reactionary, little racist shit, too.
It just reminded me of Pretty Woman. It's just like, I just remind me of...
No, Pretty Woman was so good. You carry the hooker.
I love... Hooker make good. But I get what you're saying.
This guy gets it. Topper in Reno says you have a point there, Patrice. Topper.
Hey, guys, how you doing today?
Good.
Hey.
Patrice, you got a point in what you're saying, because in the first Batman, they cast Billy T. Williams to be, the black guy, Harvey Dent, and then realized when they were making a second Batman that they screwed up, because Harvey Dent turns into Two-Face, and it had to be a white guy. So Billy T. couldn't replay his role because...
Right, because they added Mr. Black Guy. That's what I had. Here's the onion. Here, Negroes. Where it doesn't spoil. I'll put whoever's black in the comic. There's not many black comic book motherfuckers, but Spawn. And that movie sucked balls.
And Meteor Man.
They've made 85.
Meteor Man.
They made 85. Punishers.
Meteor.
They can make another Spawn that's better.
Yeah.
Or Power Man.
They didn't care. No one cared about Spawn.
A lot of and they will not let Punisher suck.
No.
Thomas Jane did it. Shitty. What's his name did it? Dolph Lundgren did it.
Did Dolph?
Yeah, he did the original Punisher, and Thomas Jane did it, and they both stunk, and they're doing another one.
Wow.
Because he's white.
That's right.
Well, maybe not. Ain't no second nigga characters there. They'll have a green motherfucker come back for a second movie, which is the Hulk before a bad nigga movie. Ain't no Boys in the Hood Redux, motherfucker. Motherfuckers make me sick.
Here's another runner-up.
Comedy tomorrow.
Here's another runner-up line of the day.
Watch Midnight Run. I'm prepared for the end of their career.
Lawrence Taylor Chrysler. Come take a crack at our prices. We're breaking the legs of high prices.
Oh, no.
We gotta find some of those commercials.
Yeah, find some
bad acting.
Bad.
The old football guys doing their car dealership commercial.
It's like all sports guys go to that. Baseball players have done it, and there was one I saw. What's his name from Denver, from the Broncos?
John Denver
we played
used
on
to
our
have
show.
one, yeah.
No.
Elway.
Yeah, Elway.
John Denver. He had a plane company.
Boo. Yeah.
John Denver.
You know, Edward Norton's been on hold the whole time. He just heard that bomb, Jimmy.
He Jimmy joked his plane into the ground.
Yeah. Edward Norton wanted.
When?
No, I think Edward would appreciate the fact that not only have I been standing at the plate, but I've swung at every pitch.
Yes.
I've fouled a few off.
Good eye,
Got
Jim.
a few doubles off the wall. That one was
Good at
low and
bat,
outside,
Jimmy.
and I swung in the
Yeah,
bat
good
foot of
at
my
bat.
hand.
He got him.
Ultimately,
struck him
Jimmy's
out.
Team play because the pitcher got to leave because he spent about 20 pitches just on Jimmy.
Yeah.
God bless
I was
him.
batting like
job.
fucking Bugs Bunny, just swinging back and forth on both sides of the plate.
Actually, it was the Guest House Gorillas
Oh, was it?
that were swinging.
What do I
Bugs Bunny
remember?
was pitching.
I'm just a boy.
And he was also playing first base, Bugs Bunny. Second
What'd you
base,
say?
Bugs
I'm
Bunny,
just
third
a
base,
boy. You did grow up when fucking goddamn Bugs Bunny could be racist. Of
course. Oh, yeah.
God, they people.
What do you mean could be? There's racist fucking Bugs Bunny.
No, they're gone though. They're fucking gone.
Oh, I got him.
I got a copy.
I got him at home.
Do you have Unga Bunga Bunga?
Binga, bunga.
Motherfucker. The funniest racial ever. And Tom and Jerry, the black maid. Just racist acting.
Oh, no! She holds up a little dress and the way they drew her, all shiny.
Anthony's first date, they went to see A Birth of a Nation.
Great movie.
Do you see how he's blinking his eyes 47 times in a row? Oh, look at how vivid Watermelon is in the 20s. fucking Lucas Arts couldn't make Watermelon that vivid.
Vivid Watermelon. So bright. This is great.
With the silent film piano thing as they're hanging a nigga.
And then the word board comes on. That'll teach him.
God damn it.
Jesus. Classic.
Well, we're gonna go home now.
Yeah, let's
Line of the daytime.
Oh, we hadn't done that.
Patrice is gonna be at Catch a Rising Star in Providence, Rhode Island.
Thanks.
Starting tomorrow.
Yeah, if I can get through this.
Hang in there.
I'm hanging there. I mean, it is what it is.
You need
I
a
just
hug?
don't want to be misunderstood with the whole
You
thing.
want
with
Roland
them.
to hug you?
I don't want Roland to ever touch me.
You are gonna be an American with a black president, so don't worry.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
I hope so. I don't think so, but I don't think so, but I hope so. And
there's
it's not gonna make a
the
difference.
little honey. There she is.
Who?
See, when you ask me what black chick
Now, would
I
you fuck
thought-
the one on the right at the bottom to get to her?
No. Wow. I wouldn't fuck her either.
Would you
though.
fuck her to get to the cute black one?
Okay.
You would.
No.
But would you fuck the other one to get to the cute black one?
No.
Not a chance, right?
For the story, yeah.
I'd fuck Lucia Ball right now to get to that bitch.
Lucille Ball.
Which
chick, Patrice?
Opie, I mean, not Opie. Anthony likes, there's a little black on MSNBC.
On MSNBC, she's like,
she comes
on
out
now.
About 9. They're not showing her.
Now. Where is she?
They show this dog face bitch with.
She's just a guest, though. The bitch, she'll be on in like got to be a couple of seconds. They can't give
go
this
back to her.
fucking
And
lesbian.
they certainly ain't going back to her.
There you go. Look on the left.
The one
Look
on the
at her.
bottom right, that ugly bitch on the red?
No, the one on the left. Look at her.
She's ugly. She got a big fat fucking Sherry from the View head.
No, on the left.
I know, I got it.
On the left.
Look at her.
The one that looks like Patrice in a wig.
Oh,
it does
Jesus,
not.
she doesn't.
Leave Fred Berry alone.
Leave her a fucking. She does not.
Oh,
It kind of
God.
does.
Holy shit.
And I'm not going with with y'all look-alike bullshit.
No,
that kind of looks like
That
you in a
bitch
wig.
doesn't look like me with
She
that.
certainly does. I don't know
with
what
that-
she's saying,
with
but
that
she's burning a
vet-
bridge.
With that vet girl hairdo.
Oh, is she awful?
God damn it! You wouldn't fuck her to get to that other piece of ass?
Ugh.
Come on, man.
Who's your? Would you
Why
fuck
not?
her to get to Jessica Alba?
What would you do?
Let me think.
Would you fuck her to get?
To
Would
get
you
to
fuck this
Jessica
big black bitch to
Alba?
get to Jessica Alba?
Jessica Alba's pretty hot.
But you had to eat this fat chick's ass if she had a roid.
Why do you have to add just?
She has to have a roid.
motherfucker.
She has to have a
A
roid.
pristine.
She's a
wait,
fatty.
no. A pristine that bitch. At her best, that bitch. Would you fuck her to get to
that one at her best?
Would be 150 pounds lighter.
Jessica Alba to get to
as she is her best.
Yeah.
Her asshole smells good.
Yeah.
You know. She might have some shaving bumps on her pussy.
Yeah.
'Cause she didn't,
Oh, yeah.
Her pussy has white stuff in the corner like the mouth of a manic depressant.
Oh God!
You see like those guys that you don't see for a while and they're on fucking antidepressants and you're like, things are good. They have the spittle
She
trail.
has a pussy that sounds like this.
Sounds like a fruit roll-off when it opens.
What are you storing Elmer's glue in there? All right,
And you
for
have
Jessica
to, and you
Alba.
have to eat it till she comes.
I would, no, now I gotta go down.
Yeah.
on
What, you gotta go down on it. You have to
No.
eat it till she comes.
69, her on
Oh,
top.
you talking about just sticking it in?
I would just stick it in. I'd fucking
But
wouldn't
you
even
gotta
look
fuck.
at her.
You gotta fuck her until you come or she come.
Oh, damn.
That's right.
You can't just
look
stick
at
it
her.
in.
What the fuck? You gonna make us
No.
go down on black pussy now?
That's
Why
good.
not?
Look at her. She's all right. She got to do something different with her hair. She got a fucking
I'll go down on
great
y'all's
kazoo
pussies.
hairdo.
Look like uncooked chicken. I'll go down on your bald white pussy. I ain't gonna.
It's better than fucking burnt steakums.
It's all delicious to me. It's all protein, motherfucker. Uncooked chicken. I go get E. coli, fuck, salmonella, eating white pussy. I didn't say nothing about it.
Oh shit, that's good.
That's terrible.
Should we do line of the day?
Yeah.
This Jessica Alba. Look at that, my man. Right here.
Yeah, she's
Oh, yeah. All right, definitely.
ridiculous. Yeah, why not?
Would you let her take a dump on your chest, Aunt?
Who, Jessica Alba?
Yeah. Say it was a one log.
Yeah,
No
cause
liquid.
Because her shit smells different.
Hey, one
it's
log.
coming out of a delicious
Yeah.
white lower intestine.
One log on your chest.
One log from Jessica Alba.
Yeah,
Let's
and you
see.
have to kiss the tapered tip. You have to lean down and go,
Oh,
"Mwah."
Jesus. No, it turns it all
See,
into dumps.
you know why? You know why? Because he sensed I was going to say yes. So he had to, like, he's got to make it more
But
disgusting.
I will say there are women who are pretty enough to be that disgust. Like, it's almost not nasty looking at her.
Watching
It's
it
just-
hurt
Thank you.
like shit.
It's just
Now
almost
you
not
move it.
nasty.
Now have it. Now
Yeah,
just,
but trannies don't fall in that category.
oh, if you let a tranny shit on you, you need psychological help.
You never let a dude
Okay.
take a dump on you?
Ugh, no.
No man colon.
Just
pretty
thought it was his
girl.
black cock.
No. So listen, explain something.
Let me explain.
Would you let
something.
Serena Williams drop a log on your chest to get to Jessica Alba?
No. No.
Her shits are probably liquidy and awful.
Who?
Yeah. Serena.
Serena
Yeah,
got
a lot
an
of Gatorade.
ass like,
I know.
Her ass is too big to let you dump, though. It's just. I know it's something. It's something like she just has a
full
baby
shit
no
could be
ass.
out of her asshole and you couldn't see it yet. Like it's got to travel to the crack.
I don't know if I'd let like Jessica. For some reason, she just looks her butt so little. It's almost not. Serena though, I put my face right in it in a second without a
I
problem.
bet you Jessica's shits stink. Like before she shits, the log probably pokes out and you hear.
Oh God damn!
You wouldn't take a log out of that ass?
Man, I might
What
look
the
at that.
fuck
Don't
is
even
that?
start saying that's luscious.
That's a little too- it's a little too big.
Are
Whatever
you
the fuck
fucking?
you say.
I don't want to. I'm not
This
going
is
to
where-
talk. I'm
this
not
is-
going to talk to white people about that ass
I
not being
understand.
fantastic.
It's a little
you
too big.
discuss it. That is devastating.
In a good
That
way?
That's not a good picture of it.
Listen, if a nigga says anything that's wrong about an ass, if I say that shit's tremendous or unbelievable or fucking, that's good.
Yeah.
That shit is monstrous.
Absolutely.
That is a juicy, fat
kidding
ass.
That's where we're.
But I wouldn't let her take a dump on me, and I wouldn't let Jessica Alba take a fucking dump on me either.
That's where
I'll put my face in there.
That's where we're different. Most white guys are scared of that ass.
Because white guys are ridiculous, but a white guy packing a monster, if you're packing at least that banana, you should take it. Look,
I like a big fat ass.
I'm not packing nothing, and I'm going for that. I'm going to do something.
What is this, 1996?
Look at this ass. Look at this ass.
Fuck no,
Are
man.
you fucking crazy? Her ass cheeks has nothing to do with her asshole. She washes her asshole.
Is Danny into this ass? He's
of
nodding.
course he is, because he's the one that pulled it up.
Yeah, I like big dumpers.
Could you show a better picture of her ass?
Big black dumpers.
There is
I
no
don't care what
better
color they
picture
are.
of her ass.
As long as they're shaped like that.
A big fat,
no, not
unattractive ass.
Don't add unattractive, but
No,
if you need to, I'll take that. But I love it.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see that ass in. I don't like the bathing suit she's wearing. It's not, to me, it's not like a fat ass. I would rather see that in a thong. I think would show the shape of it better, because it looks like it's like uncomfortably big and hard. I would rather see it in a thong.
I wouldn't give a fuck if somebody nailed a paper bag to it. I fucking put my face in that ass. Her ass is delicious.
Hell no, man.
Let me see that. Danny, go down a little bit. Let me see that picture.
There's way too much going on
That's a better picture of it.
there.
That shows.
Hell the fuck no.
That shows the juiciness and the firmness
Juiciness.
of it. Yeah, I like a big ass,
Is it a
dude.
roast?
Common is hitting on that, man. Common
It looks
gets a
like
piece
Lawrence
of that.
Taylor in a bikini bottom or something.
Don't
if you didn't
disrespect. Don't even be
If you
that
didn't see,
racist.
if you didn't see the rest of her, you would think that might be a guy in a bikini.
Oh,
damn!
You just, wait a minute. If you didn't see the top of it, you go, wait. You would go, that's LT.
That's fucking.
Like you saw that ass, you would go, oh shit. Oh wait a minute.
Fuck no.
That's Vince Wilfork from the Patriots.
She looks like it looks like two different people have been melded together in a fucking photo. That's a terrible photo.
That ass is horrid.
Oh fuck you, fuck all.
Horrid ass.
See, I was getting over everything.
Would you
and
put your
then,
dick in it?
Dude, this.
Would I put my dick in it?
In the ass.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something.
I would poison my girl like they did in Flowers in the Attic slowly. If Venus if Serena promised me some pussy, I'd slowly poison my girl with what's that poison that kills you slow?
Strychnine.
Strychnine. Slowly. If she said, as soon as your girl's dead,
arsenic,
you get to sniff my asshole. Not even go with me. Just sniff my asshole. Just put my face in that onion.
Hell no, man.
Smelling asshole is fucking great, isn't it?
Here's where Danny really shows his talents.
Yeah.
He could navigate the web and just find anything that has to do with pornography.
Oh, this is tame, though. This is only Ass Parade.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see ass
This
parade.
is rookie ass stuff.
Let's see ass parade.
All right, ready? All right, well, ready? Let me ask you a question, Hope.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Anybody that'll make you murder your woman.
Hell no.
Murder.
Why?
Hypothetical murder.
Oh.
Look at that. Play murder. Play murder.
What girl would cause you to give it all up and leave?
Play murder.
Ass parade.
Play murder.
I'm going to give the hacky answer. Nah, because then they're going to kill me. They're going to kill me because I'm very happy.
Dude,
I can't think.
I'm very happy,
All right,
and
but
I'm
I can't
telling
think
you,
of anyone.
I'm play murdering my girl for Serena's
Jessica
asshole.
Biel.
But you're not even in this.
I'm
You
just saying.
can't be.
I'd
When you-
fucking
when you had a
play
relationship-
murder anybody.
For Jessica Biel.
Fuck
Well,
yeah.
It's easy for you to say that. Who would you play murder? What woman is out there that you play murder your woman for?
Play murder.
That you say, I'll kill a bitch for that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Nice talking to you.
I'm being honest.
Nice talking
I'm fucking
to you.
being honest, Patrice.
Fucking goddamn it.
Nice talking.
Where am I going to go with the basic Jessica Biel?
No, anybody,
fucking Jessica
somebody
Alba?
that you
Hey, I just
fucking
killed
adult.
someone for Jessica Biel.
Yeah, like
You ain't
somebody
taking
hot.
that.
I was.
I know you're happy. We know everybody's
Dude,
happy.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm playing it real. I used to be really into Drew Barrymore.
You would have killed your girl for Drew Barrymore back in the day?
And E.T.
But we talking man cold pussy shit. We just talking some pussy.
The old girl. Yeah, no problem for Drew Barrymore. Yes.
What, like, is there
Now Drew's older and
Yeah, she's not murder anyone a bowl.
like I would ruin any relationship,
yeah.
and I've ever had happy ones even, for Scarlett Johansson. Any girl I've dated.
There's another one.
I would ruin.
All right. That was pretty good.
My ex-girlfriend I would have pushed into a fucking manhole face first for Scarlett Johansson. My girlfriend got mad at me one time.
Push her into Serena's ass to get the.
And if you're talking, I play killed my girl for just Venus's ass, but right now, on my mind is probably Raven Simone. I'd like to.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I'd just like to see
what's
going on.
Really? Raven Simone.
I'd like to see what's going on with
the
Raven
Cosby
Simone. She's
Show.
about 22. She's getting into her world. I just like
she's got a big ass on her.
It's like a flat butt, but I'd like to. Yeah, I'd like to take a shot.
I thought she had a bigger ass.
So I mean, play kill is one, and then but my taste in terms of like whatever play killing.
Well, what do we got here? What are these big ass white chicks?
Wow, that looks like an arm.
Oh fuck!
that looks like somebody's arm.
That's bizarre. It's like fucking Siamese twin Uncle Fester's.
It's camera angle though. It's all about camera angle.
Yeah, sometimes they make it look like a mosquito.
And look how
it's like the two big bug eyes.
Yeah.
And look at her cute little asshole.
Mosquito, two big bug eye butt cheeks, and a dick going in. Looks like the stinger.
That's gonna make me laugh all day. Fucking
holy shit!
That's classic. Yeah, but that's forced perspective or whatever.
You can't shoot a camera angle that makes a cock look that big if it's not. There's a fucking car parked next to it. There's a fucking cloud around the head of it.
That's too much ass for you?
No, that top line on the
That's
left.
the same ass
Hell
as Serena.
fucking no,
you fucking racist
it's not
bastard.
the same.
It's the same ass as Serena.
Hell no, it's
That's
not.
Serena's ass.
Hell no,
it's white.
There you go. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you, Anthony. At least, thank you very much.
I just want to point out the difference.
Thank you for being. Thank you so much.
But the bottom line, but what you're saying is not accurate because it's like Anthony, you're raising like the wholesomeness and just the inbred goodness of it.
Right.
But that doesn't make it a better ass.
Well, yeah.
I hope for that. Wow.
That was Norton.
You should have thrown it. Never mind. No, I'm throwing that joke out.
Where should I have thrown it?
He should have explained it like he was talking about Crash. He just should have threw it in Crash as a part of that.
Yes. That ass has redemption.
The duality of
those cheeks.
They drop a watery shit, but then you clean them and you can eat them.
Jesus.
All right. Let's do line of the day and get out of here.
Line of the
We're
day.
actually running out of show.
Yeah.
We're going to turn this off in less than a couple minutes.
5 minutes, man.
Because we didn't do any breaks today.
Just a little one.
All right. Patrice, thanks. Always a pleasure. A pleasure.
Thanks.
Fuck you.
I didn't like that tone.
Well,
I know.
I'm with you to a point. I mean, I'm the only one here openly admits that I got a thing for black girls, but the Serena Williams thing is that's
I fucked a lot of black chicks.
That's too much. That's too much shit going on.
All right, well, let's see. I fucked a lot of. I have.
But Patrice, that's just
there's a racial angle there.
There's too much muscle, man.
But y'all like your women that just look like they, y'all get mad if they're 5'7", 110 pounds. It bothers you.
Look at the sex symbols.
You call them a fat bitch.
Most of the white sex symbols, way back, Jane Mansfield, Marilyn Monroe. Look now,
girls.
Johansson.
They were voluptuous. Now look at them.
Well, Scarlett Johansson's a fucking big juicy ass.
And what is she doing? That bitch is in a movie every other fucking millennium. No one puts her in shit.
No, they love her. You kidding me? They
What is
love
she
her.
in?
She probably just chooses
Prestige. The Prestige.
It was on last night.
People suggest
great. That's another one I'll fucking put on every time it's on just to fall asleep to.
I've never seen
The Prestige.
I saw the other one, The Illusionist.
No, The Illusionist isn't.
Look.
Prestige is good.
Is this Anal Hell?
The one on the right. The one on the
Keith
right.
in Philly wants Anal Hell.
One on the right.
Which one on the right?
On the right with the light blue one.
You mean
that one there.
the two on the right?
Look at that. That's too much
It's
ass.
too big.
It's just not too much ass.
It's too big.
It's just not too much ass.
No, I like a big. I gotta be honest. A big ass. I kind of like a big fat one. A nice fat ass.
Fat.
I don't understand why you don't like.
With the cellulite and all
Look
that
at the
shit.
baby pussy on that. Look at that
Patrice,
fucking fat
you
pussy.
openly admitted that you like the cellulite and all that's going on the ass too.
There's a
Where
to
it looks
me.
like a dried
Here's me.
riverbed.
It's hard for me to have this argument because even ones that you guys will find to be attractive, I find value in a teeny booty up in the air with the asshole showing and the pussy showing. There's value to that.
Yeah.
But this is a delicious ass, man.
That
It's
is not a turn on. Big
know?
fat, like with the fucking
and a
bump.
flat ass is not a turn on. But
they're shutting us off.
Yeah.
Oops.
Literally, they're going.
Yeah,
to.
that's what the music is.
What's our line of the
That's
day?
computer
Out of
generated.
curiosity, WebEx.com. Here's your line of the day.
Here
comes. You have to do the intro.
I know, right?
Line of the day. Line of the day.
Yeah. On a scale from 1 to 10, we give you a 30.
The sports where white people still dominate, that's the ones they pay attention to the white guys.
We root for the astronauts.
Fucking.
There's a little improv stand-up for you.
Yeah. All right, we get all the plugs in. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Patrice is this week in Providence, Rhode Island, in the Catch. And I have Boston November 15th. And L.A. December 12th, 13th at the Viper Room.
Ooh.
So if I sell the fucking tickets,
nice.
Please.
Viper Room.
See you guys
small
tomorrow.
room.
Very dangerous. Thanks for having me, fellas.
Thank you, Patrice O'Neill.
Bye.
The Anthony Show.
I gotta take